Hey Peter, hey Zaid, hey Angry Gamer, welcome to the stream, guys.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Starkiller, Rayox, Melon More Melon, my god, everyone is jumping in super fast. I haven't even tweeted out the stream yet. Welcome, welcome, welcome everyone. You are indeed part of the early squad. How is Zana? Zana is good. Zana is good. Thank you very much for asking, Raux. Zana finished off her
Power restored. All primary
and posted up
systems
on
online.
YouTube. Beast. Sorry I've been gone for so long. No worries, Starkiller. You don't have to apologise for not being around. So we've got our donation, or sorry, our sponsor, Elf Not Sun, and we had two people from last stream, Symphony and Karumi, who answered questions.
This is LifePod 7.
And now the next thing we're aiming at doing is gathering enough materials to put together a moon pool, because we got the moon pool recipe last time round, I believe. Yes, we got the moon pool recipe, so we need lubricant and 2 titanium ingots. We need the lead, we need lubricant, titanium. We've got 1 titanium ingot already stocked away there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, we're a little bit shy for titanium. Anyone else got some titanium in them? No? Nope, no titanium yet. So we've got to go and grab a little bit more titanium, and we also need some lubricant. God damn it, that guy's still outside. There's a stalker. Have you heard of the new Spider-Man game coming out for PS4? No, I haven't, but then I don't pay a lot of attention to PS4 in general, just because I don't own one. So, nope, I have not heard of it. Can you get a locker? We give away lockers periodically, Rayox. You can guarantee yourself a locker by doing a super chat for $1 or by sponsoring the channel, or you can just wait until we do a locker giveaway and hope you win the giveaway. Do you say bad words? On occasion. It's not like I swear every couple of seconds, but occasionally I will swear, and I don't make any qualms or have any problems with me swearing. I always think people who have like major problems with other people swearing are always a little bit immature themselves. Like if your maturity level isn't high enough to deal with the fact that there are words that exist that offend you, then yeah, people need to chill about words. When I started watching, you didn't. No, ever since I've had my channel, I've always sworn on occasion. But again, like, I don't swear regularly, I just swear on occasion. Like, I'm not a prolific swearer. Did you know the pool on the Titanic is still full?
30 seconds.
See, there's an argument there that it's not, because for a pool to be full, then theoretically a pool has to be filled with the pool has to be filled with pool water, and it's not filled with pool water, it's filled with ocean water, which is different to pool water. So you could say that it's full of ocean water, but it's not a full pool in the sense of most people would understand what a full pool is. Oh, my inventory's full. Started watching like 10 months ago. Dude, I've sworn on my channel 5 or 6 years ago. Why do I do this? Because you can. Stop attacking words. Exactly. People who have a major problem. Hey, Mo Ash and Jonathan Blum. Welcome to the stream. I assume that's Jonathan Bloom. But Jonathan Blum. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing, Mo?
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's get this titanium out. Nice and quick. Let's burn through a bit of titanium. There we go. And we need to do our lubricant. I'm doing okay, Moelash. Thank you very much for asking. Sorry, I've just got to check my Streamlabs because something just popped up telling me Streamlabs couldn't communicate with my channel. So I'm just going to go and quickly check my Streamlabs while I make another titanium ingot because I'm going to need more titanium ingots. We got Pizza Droid. Yay, Pizza Droid. Good to see you playing Subnautica. Thank you very much, Jonathan. I enjoy Subnautica. Alert box. Let's just quickly make sure this is working. Like you've got money to burn, and it's not like it's money that you had to earn. Okay, yeah, that's working fine. Okie dokie. As long as that's working. Give me locker or I will fidget my spinner. Fidget away, dude. Fidget away. We are surrounded by the blinking evil so-and-sos. Stalkers. So I'm not sure this was probably the best place to do this, but hurrah. How did you sponsor yourself? I didn't sponsor myself, I used the Streamlabs test. Streamlabs has a test mode that you can use. Please play a game called No Man's Sky. I'm not spending money on No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky is terrible. No Man's Sky is one of the truest wastes of money that exists in gaming. The fidget spinner trend is over.
After weeks without human contact, it is normal to experience psychological discomfort.
So, let's have a look.
Indicates symptoms may be partly alleviated by adopting a pet or anthropomorphizing
Your stream bugged out?
object.
No worries about the bad spelling. No worries about the bad spelling at all. Okay, so now we can start setting up my base the way I always like to set up my base. So let's set up the base properly. So again, sponsors always get first locker, so Elf, Not Sun. I haven't seen Elf in ages. Ooh, Elf, Not Sun. And Elf Not Sun's locker in the other room is going to be transferred over here. Trust me, the first Iron Man game took that title a long time ago. What, Starkiller? You have successfully confused me. What you talking about? What you talking about, Starkiller? The first Iron Man game took that title a long time ago. I really don't know what that's in reference to. I do periodic locker giveaways, Jonathan, or you can super chat or sponsor as a way of guaranteeing yourself a locker. I don't guarantee lockers because I do basically quiz giveaways. I will ask a random question, first person to answer gets the locker, and Google is perfectly allowed. And the only way you can guarantee yourself a permanent locker is to sponsor or subscribe. Sponsor or super chat. By demanding a locker, dude, you're making it more and more unlikely that you're never going to get a locker. Like, I don't respond well to people making demands. So, resources. We're looking to gather basically all of our crafting resources together in one place as easily as possible. So there's all our crafting resources. I have subscribed. Droid is the only YouTuber at the moment not infected by Baldi's basic virus? What's Baldi's basic virus? I have no idea what Baldi's basic virus is. I demand not to get a locker! Nice try, Rayox. Nice try. I give you points for effort. I give you points for making the attempt to be a cheeky sod, but without seeming like a cheeky sod. So, batteries and tech items. Batteries and tech items. And we'll fill this one in with the remaining first aid kits. Lovely jubbly. First stream I watched on your channel, I subbed, and it was Subnautica, but it was a different base than before. Did you restart your file? Yeah, basically I've completed Subnautica a couple of times. So restarting tends to happen when I've completed the game. Because like once you've completed the game and the rocket's taken off, you kind of have to restart in a way. I mean, you can technically not restart, but they don't make it easy. Sounds like you've got money to burn, and it's not like it's money. Ooh! Don't destroy the hatches, droid. So let's place you in. I already seen the ending. Yep, I've already seen the ending, and I have no no concerns that I won't enjoy the ending. Super chat, totally real. Gimme locker. Oh dear.
Yoki Kasa. I said Kasa. Why do I have to record this anyway?
Send immediate burial detail.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Very true, much real. Also, no spoilers. I think this game, personally, for me, this game has been out long enough that I don't see any problem with people talking about the ending of the game. I don't think the game has been out for such a short period of time that people talking about the ending is, in my opinion, an actual spoiler. So let's throw that out. Has sponsored you. Have you, Riox? It says no new sponsors yet. Might not have come through yet, though. We shall see. If you have sponsored me, it will pop up on the screen. So we're looking to get this together. So titanium computer chip and copper wire. I don't think we have enough titanium yet. No. Were you trying to be cheeky, Rayox? It's like the people who pop up on Twitch and say, "Oh, I just donated $1,000." Yes, of course you did. Of course you came onto the Twitch channel of a random person and donated $1,000. I don't even understand why they do it, because it's like, what do they want from the streamer, other than a little bit of attention? I do often feel sorry for them, because it is definitely like, I need attention. And the fact that they don't receive enough attention in their day-to-day life is kind of sad. But at the same time, can be very frustrating. Better if you could, like, walk around on the Earth when you finish Subnautica.
Passing 100 meters.
Have you seen the new Avengers movie? Is that... Which one's the new Avengers movie? I haven't seen... Actually, no, I can tell you I haven't seen the new Avengers movie because I haven't been out to the movies in a long time. It's been 6-7 months since I've been out to the movies. It's daytime for me, Jonathan. I am UK time, so Greenwich Mean Time or British Standard Time, whichever one you want to preferentiate there. Oh, go away, you silly thing. Type exclamation point Discord angry. Exclamation point Discord, one word. And Nightbot will sort that out for you. Got a GameCube for $20. That is a pretty decent price to get a GameCube for. Where did you get a GameCube for $20 from?
data.
If you give me a locker, I will give you a PH account.
Integrating new
Not even sure what a
data.
PH account is. Is this one of those things that I should know? What's a pH account? Because to me, pH is like phosphate, the pH of a wall, or pH of a substance, which is the acidity. Had Animal Crossings in it. Oh, cool. 138 for me, Peter. Not 238, 138. Exclamation point. No, not exclamation point sponsor, exclamation point Discord, dude.
Acquired.
If you want to get access to the Discord.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
PHUB now? I'm not sure what you're saying there, Peter. Try and use long sentences. I already have the picture frame. Do I have these pots? Ah, the chic plant pot. Not a chance, Starkiller. Not a chance. I lose subscribers. It's been, I think, probably about 8 months since I've actually gained subscribers.
Seek fluid intake.
It's nothing, just forget it. Fair enough. I have to go look at another stream. Bye, Jonathan. Thanks very much for popping in.
30 seconds.
If I write it, will it not pop up in... No, don't post up anything private in the chat, Peter, but like what is a PH account? Like what is PH for? Like what is the actual name of the thing? Because the name of the thing isn't PH. Like, are you talking about, like, I don't know, Paris Hill account or what? Like, because I don't know what a PH account is, dude. Your subs are like magicians. Are they? Yes, they keep disappearing. Ha! Yes. Oh, right, okay. So, you were making a really cheap pun. Fair enough. Like, you can say the word porn in the chat, dude. See? Porn. The word, again, this is again a thing about, like, attacks on words, or not necessarily attacks on words, but, like, people being afraid of a word. It's a word. It's a word that has a meaning. Just by saying the word, you're not having a problem. Shows you how innocent young Droidy is. Droidy did not realise what he was talking about. It's interesting that he thinks giving me his Pornhub account would encourage me to, you know, give him access to a locker. It's like, you do realise I have a girlfriend. I'm not really in need of a Pornhub account. I'm quite happy with my relationships as they are. I don't really need assistance in that regard. But again, it's one of those things that I think is a degradation on society as a whole. If people become scared of saying words, If people get scared of saying particular words, then all we're doing is encouraging ignorance and stupidity.
Welcome aboard.
Words aren't a problem. At no point in history have people being able to say whatever they want been the cause of major problem. It's people not being allowed to say what they want. It's censorship and the degradation of ideas that causes problems in the long run. That's why most countries have an anti-censorship law. Most countries have a free speech law. That's to prevent the government from stepping in and changing what you can say. Now, it doesn't prevent private organisations from doing that. Again, another common misunderstanding is people think that free speech protects them from private organisations. No, it doesn't in the slightest.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Plant another 8. Nom down those. We'll grab a few lantern fruit while we're up here. There we go. Okie dokie, we will do a locker quiz when I have finished doing up my living room, because I'm about to go and build my living environment. So when I've finished doing up my living environment, we're going to do a locker quiz to do a locker giveaway. So, let's get a nice double bed directly underneath the Keep Calm Kitty poster. I need some fibre mesh for that. Peter Parker. Fibre mesh? Do I have any fibre mesh anywhere? No, I don't. Okay, that's easy enough. You can't find any other streams? Well, I suppose it depends what you were looking for. I guarantee you other people are streaming, but it depends what kind of content you are after, as to whether or not you will find streams that will tickle thy fancy. Hast thy fancy been remaining untickled? What? Hey, Patrol Gaming! Welcome to the stream. It's going alright, mate. Chat's been reasonably hopping. We've had someone offer me his Pornhub account if I'll give him a locker name, so there's that. I mean, as I said, like, I don't personally have any need for one, but I'm sure there are other streamers who'll, like, be happy to trade a Pornhub account for something. Hey, Cowdill, welcome to the stream. How you doing, Cow? My English got to 100%. Subnautica streams, but I find only China and Russian streams. Yeah, China and Russian streamers do a lot of Subnautica. Subnautica as an English streamer tend to be, well, at the moment, less common. Not uncommon. There's still quite a few people who stream Subnautica. Patrol, are you still streaming Subnautica? Or have you completely moved over to, like, 7 Days to Die and things? Because I did see that yesterday you were doing some... Oh, what's it called? I was in your stream yesterday. I was actually actively watching your stream, and I've completely forgotten what you were streaming now. That shows you how my brain is. Yeah, I'm sorry if I sound a little bit out of it today, guys. I'm actually on painkillers, so... And some quite strong painkillers. So my memory and my brain is not exactly where it should be. So I might sound a little bit weird. And say some weird things. But do not fear. The weird things I say are entirely fictional. Bye, Peter. Thank you very much for popping into the stream. Much appreciated. So, I need a coffee machine, because we all need coffee machines. And we're definitely going to have the coffee machine just as we go outside. Because, like, you just grab the coffee, put it in there, and then just walk out the door. Yeah, that's ideal. We're going to need a trash can. So, let's have a trash can over here. Do not fear, Droid is here. Far Cry 5 yesterday. That's the one. Yeah, there are some nice mods for Subnautica. I'm not actually playing modded at the moment. I don't do a massive amount of modded, really. What we need is we need 1 lithium and 1 glass. So we just need to grab a lithium, because I do need to pop in a reinforcement plate somewhere. Because I'm going to pop in a window, and I currently don't have the reinforcements for that. Let's just throw down a reinforcement plate over here, which for some reason will make this part of the base tougher. And then we're going to throw down a few more bits of furniture. We're going to throw down a desk, looking out the window. I have a huge channel. I am planning to do a Q&A stream soon. Okie dokie, Reox. What are you Qing and Aing? Out of curiosity. Do you just want to do the base painting one and the highlights you can turn on and off? Yeah. I can see what you're meaning, like the cosmetic stuff for the base. It is one of those things where I think they missed out a bit on the cosmetic stuff for the base. Hey, Bodark! Welcome to the stream over on Twitch. How you doing? How you doing, Mr. Bodark? I can't believe I've already burnt through all of my titanium. Okie dokie. We're looking pretty good, we're looking pretty good. I might have a cosmetic plant pot later, but I'm actually out of... meh, like any other Monday. It happens, Bodark, it happens. My best advice for Monday Blues is to just take a deep breath and go, fuck the world, and carry on.
I didn't know how many of you...
Okay, so we need a copper wire and a computer chip. We can do that.
We're now en route to your location.
We need 2 copper wires, gold...
Sunbeam out.
And we need
What else can I say?
one of these.
The only time I parked a rig this big on a rock that small was in...
Oh yeah, I finished the campaign before, Bodark.
It's a bad option, alright, but so are all the others.
I did a start-to-finish playthrough in the past. You plan to do raft? I might do some raft. I can't actually afford raft at the moment, Rayox, but I might do some raft in the future. Okay, so I said once I'd finished building the room we were going to do a locker giveaway. So, this locker. This locker is going to be given away to someone who answers a question for me. So, if I was a deep-sea sponge, what group of organisms would I belong to? So if I was a deep-sea sponge, what group of organisms would I belong to? I use a 970 NVIDIA, Botan. I use an NVIDIA 970. An NVIDIA 970, 16 gigabytes of RAM, or am I on 32 on this system now? I completely forget whether this is 16 or my PC is 16, or my laptop is 16. 16 gigabytes of RAM and a NVIDIA 970 with a lot of the graphic stuff being pushed through. Sponges. Viral. No, I wouldn't be a viral organism. I'll give you a clue, guys. The Latin word that I'm looking for starts with the same 3 letters as porous. It's a pore something, because it's a porous thing. It's a porous item. So it's a pore something. And again, Google is perfectly permissible. I don't mind people cheating and using Google. I'm going to need some more solar panels. Bacteria. Sponges aren't bacteria. Corals are not bacteriological. And neither are they sponges. Sponges are not corals. Common misconception, though. Porifera. Patrol Gaming. Patrol Gaming. Patty Roll. I'm afraid you're going to be Patty Roll because I can't fit Patrol Gaming on there. So, Patty Roll. By the way, guys, Patty Roll is... how do I know that? Patty Roll is also a streamer. Mr. Patrol Gaming is a streamer as well, and he's a very good streamer. He does great little kind of... I love the way Patrol does his community interaction. He does much better community interaction than I do. I am... Hey, Bodark is now hosting the stream with a viewer. Thank you very much for the host, Bodark, and welcome to the Zombie Patrol. which was from when I was playing 7 Days to Die. I left it as the original thing because I was playing 7 Days to Die when I first did it. And I haven't bothered changing yet. I really should change that to my marching droid. I really should change that out for my marching droid. So we now have a little bit more power. Not really sure why we had power previously if we've only got 150 now. Ah well, confusions abound, confusions abound. Hey, Mania Crazier, welcome to the stream. How you doing, Mania? So I can't set up one of those yet. What am I after? Well, first things first, I can make a couple of storage for my Subnautica sub. We should be able to make storage. Storage, general. Ah, we need lithium for storage now. That's changed. You're doing great. I am glad you are doing great. I am also doing okay. You're in hell or heaven? You're probably in hell, to be fair. But that's just because you're a bad person. And now I'm just taking the mick out of him. Other side for upgrades. Typical. Nope. Up. Thank you. Now we're going to go on a little bit of a diving expedition for resources. Because I do want to get everything I need for this, which I need a wiring kit, copper, titanium. This, rubies, advanced wiring kit. This, diamond, titanium chip. And a few items from there. So I'm going to need some more lithium. And I'm going to go to the rocket island, to the gun island to get the lithium. So I'm going to take my 2 keys with me. Soul Worker, it's free on Steam and is so good. Huh. I don't know Soul Worker off by heart, so I may have a little look at Soul Worker. Where is the rocket ship? There it is, so I need to go this way. Are you going to do a Batim stream? Batim stream? What's a Batim stream? Again, people are using acronyms in my chat, and I am very bad with acronyms, especially when I'm taking painkillers. What is Batim? Batim, Batim, Batim. Nope, my brain is not coming up with anything for the words Batim. Don't take painkillers and stream, kids, because then people start talking about shit and you don't have a clue. Bendy and the Ink Machine. Oh, Bendy and the Ink Machine. I probably should. I do like the style of BioShock-esque, System Shock style kind of explory games. What can be shot hundreds of times and never die? Cannons. Of course, they start off dead, but cameras as well. Although nowadays modern electric cameras can die. The battery dies. Say Arthur is a boss. There we go. Just finished chapter 4. It was good. Ooh. Bendy and the Ink Machine. Did you guys see Shweeby's penalty stream? So Shweeby does this thing called a penalty stream, where she does a stream and she sets up a failure state. In this case, she was playing Cuphead and her failure state was dying. Every time she died, someone in chat, one person in chat, got to say that something they wanted attached to her face from a little selection she had. She ended up with googly eyes, bright coloured feathers, and fluffy balls just stuck all over her face. It was a quite impressive display of absolute insanity. Why'd you ride pizza? Well, I'm not going to ride a spaceship because spaceships have artificial intelligence, so that would be like, you know, riding a member of my own species. So if I can't ride a spaceship, then what am I going to ride? The only other option is pizza. I mean, like, nothing else will travel through space successfully. It's either spaceship or pizza. Have you got the Cyclops? In this playthrough? Not yet. Not yet. If you press Alt F4, you get a special item. It's funny, Jonathan. Lots of people say that, but whenever I press Alt F4, all that happens is the person who suggested it gets insta-banned from my channel. So, like, I don't know. I don't know if I should, but if I press Alt F4, I'm pretty sure rather than me getting a special item in game, what'll happen is you'll get insta-banned. Just saying that that's what happened in the past with all the other people who suggested that. And yeah, weird, isn't it? How many times have I completed the game? All the way through to the rocket ship, probably 2 or 3. Not including all the way through to the rocket ship, because I started playing this before the rocket ship existed. If we include getting through to basically curing the infection as being one of the completion points, I have completed the game 10 times, maybe? Can I still moonwalk? Come on, let me moonwalk. Come on, come on, moonwalk. Can't moonwalk, damn it. You used to be able to moonwalk in this place. Much disappoint, can't moonwalk. Admittedly, I did report the moonwalking bug when I saw it, so kind of my fault I can't moonwalk anymore. You sometimes can still do it on the slope. Can I still... Wow! Okay, fair dues, I took the mickey out of them with the moonwalking. I took the mickey out of them with the moonwalking when I first played this game. But this animation for going up a slope, the way they shorten the steps to make the steps shorter as you go up the slope, that's actually pretty impressive. I'm actually, like, kind of impressed with the animation on those legs. Considering how few people will look at their legs when they play this game. I mean, I did, because I'm insane. Open stream and have fluffy orbs all over her face. Oh my! Hey Symphony, welcome to the stream. How you doing, Symph? By the way, guys, if you type !Discord, you can gain access to the Discord. If you would enjoy joining us on the Discord community. Reminds me of your Cuphead stream. See, on my Cuphead stream, I didn't do any like penalty streaming or anything like that. I just played Cuphead. And really enjoyed it. And I still only have... I have 2 levels to complete in Cuphead on expert mode. Actually, no, I have 1 level to complete on Cuphead in expert mode and 1 level to complete without getting hit, and then I'll have 100% of the achievements. Still not managed to do it. I go back every now and again and try. Learned how to make holy water. In what game? Or are you talking about learn to make holy water in real life? Because the way you make holy water in real life is you get a big stick and you just stab it into the water until the water's full of holes. Try it, I recommend it. If you want to see my face, go back about 6 months on my channel and have a look at one of my old streams. My face is there. I am far too fugly for face cam. Boil the hell out of it. Boom, boom! Boom, boom! He made a pun. Well done. Well done for the pun. Up. 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 Translating background broadcast. Lost 3 HP. Not bad. Hey, Minecraft Moose. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, Minecraft? What kind of Minecraft do you do, Minecraft Moose? Are you a vanilla or are you a modded? Or are you a both? What stream? If you go back to my Cuphead streams, my Cuphead stream should have my face cam in it. I also don't have a good quality camera. Like, I can't afford to buy a $20 game, so I definitely can't afford to buy a decent camera. Both. Awesome! I am currently doing a playthrough of Modern Skyblock 3 in staged mode. Quite enjoying Modern Skyblock 3. Imasawa Pixel makes a decent mod pack. I would like to see a little bit more complexity in the quest book than just, this is this mod, now do it. I mean, he has got more complexity than that because he's staged off certain items. But the way Imasawa Pixel has done the staging off with items, I'm quite impressed with. Like, you can have any of the items you want at any stage. You just can't necessarily craft them because he's locked out specific crafting ingredients. It's a very clever way of doing the staging. Because then if you get items out of a reward bag or out of loot boxes or some stuff like that, you can still use them. But you don't necessarily have the ability to make them yourself. It's a nice little Nice little way of managing that particular aspect of staging things. There's a purple one. I'll have you. And there should be some lithium around here. That was gold. Seriously? Just the one? Just the one it is then. Fine. Let's go down. Let's have a little explore deeper into the caves. I don't know why you want to see my face, dude. I am fugly. UGLY, I ain't got no alibis. And all the assorted nonsense that people sing and chant at ugly people. Ooh, nuclear reactor. So that's what I'm going to be finding in this area at the moment. Fair enough. I like the fact that there is a little bit of randomization. Not a lot, but just a little scooch of randomization in the... We need to go deeper. That's what she said last night. Mm-hmm. Minecraft quests. Yeah, I like quest modes. Better questing is pretty good. I liked the old hardcore questing mod. But better questing is a pretty good mod pack in 1.12, or pretty good mod in 1.12, and that allows for some interesting things in mod packs.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I should do a chapter 1 to chapter 4 stream in Bending the Ink Machine. Problem is, I don't know what I wouldn't know what I'm doing, so it'd probably take me quite a while to progress that far. How many hours do you think chapter 1 to chapter 4 would take? Because if chapter 1 to chapter 4 is like a 3 or 4 hour stream, then yeah, I'll do like a extended stream and just play through some stuff. Lithium, diamonds, lovely. Wow, there's a whole like patch in here. Like I got 4 from that side. 5 hours? 5 hours to do 4 chapters? So it's like an hour and 20 minutes a chapter? About 3 hours depending on if you know the chapters. Well, I wouldn't know the chapters at all, so... Should we split the difference and say it's about an hour a chapter? That seems like it's something they would aim for. They'd aim for like hour-long chapters if they were releasing... regular chapters. I can see them aiming for an hour per chapter as a completion rate. So we've got a nice little thermal vent down here, which means we could set up a base right down at the bottom down here.
Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Yeah, I know. I can't breathe, pansy. All these goddamn organics and their desire for oxygen. I don't get it. I don't get why all these goddamn organics are so obsessed with oxygen. Ooh, give me oxygen, give me oxygen. I can't breathe without it. Pansies. Chapter 1 is short, chapter 3 is pretty long, 2 and 4 are decent. Fair enough. Oh, I was expecting there would be a little bit of variegation between them. Undoubtedly. But... yeah, I mean, I'll have a look into Bending the Ink Machine. I don't know a huge amount about Bending the Ink Machine, but I've got nothing against it, shall we say? I have no particular reason not to stream it. I've never even watched anyone stream it. I literally don't know anything about it. Well, tell a lie. I watched about 5 minutes of someone stream on it where they were running around trying to figure out something to do with instruments. They had like 4 instruments written down on a chalkboard, and then they kept running back to a music room and something to do with the instruments. You can tell I was paying massive attention to that stream. You can tell that stream just purely captivated my my awareness. You have to unlock Chapter 2. What do you mean you have to unlock Chapter 2, Minecraft Moose?
Warning. Maximum depth reached. Hull damage imminent.
Do not destroy my hull, you naughty ship, you. You naughty depth, you. You do not destroy my hull. You naughty depth, you. I do need a little bit of bulb, so I will stop by the bulbs and go hackety hackety hack. Give me bulb. Give me bulb. You buy the chapters past chapter 1. Ah, that may be a problem then, because currently I can't afford much. They are cheap. Fair enough. But yeah, I'll have to have a look into cost versus like what I'll get out of it. Because like right now, like streaming doesn't pay for itself in the slightest. Like my streaming doesn't pay for the internet I use. So I have to be careful with like spending excess or spending money on games and things, because I'm already spending money on just running the stream. And as a carer, I do not have a particularly healthy income.
Detecting volcanic activity and several unusual electromagnetic
$6 a chapter.
signatures in the region.
That's not terrible. It's not mind-bogglingly awesomely cheap, but it's not terrible. Propulsion cannon.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data.
More resources and possible silver. It's one of the main reasons I stop when I see sandstone, because silver is actually quite rare. It's funny that gold is far, far more common than silver in this game. But then, on another planet, gold might be far more common than silver based upon kind of what star explosions experienced. If you want a lot out of $6. But if I get chapter 3 and I haven't played the other chapters, then I'll be kind of like in the wrong, not necessarily the wrong state of mind, but in the wrong kind of position to play the game. I have to play the game all the way through. Start to finish. Ooh, Jelly Ray. Hi, Jelly Ray. Hello. Wait, is that Jelly Ray egg? Are you a Jelly Ray egg? I'm not sure if this is a Jelly Ray egg or if this is a sand shark egg. I think this is a sand shark egg. But I'm going to take it anyway. Because why not?
The biomass in this area is dominated by plant life, picking up faint Altera vehicle signatures.
Faint Altera vehicle signatures. Is that because perhaps there is a crashed bit of Altera around here? Extra pairs of undergarments. See, this is one of the things, again, I will say this, I don't tend to play horror games on my channel. And the reason I don't play horror games on my channel is for the exact opposite reason that most people would think. I do not play horror games on my channel, not because I am scared of horror games, but because I'm not. And it makes for a very, very boring experience for people watching my channel if literally I play the horror game like, huh, something jumped out and tried to scare me. Isn't that interesting, ladies and gentlemen? I wonder if something will jump out of this and try and scare me. Oh, it didn't. Oh well. Maybe we will be scared by something else later. It's like, I am a very boring person to watch playing horror games. Because I have a very strong sense of like expectation management, and because I have a very strong sense of expectation management, it's like not frightening to me to have my expectations fulfilled. Like, I expect people to jump out. I expect horrible thing, or like horror in a horror game. In fact, if I play a horror game and there's nothing particularly horrible in that game, I often feel extremely disappointed. Kind of like I got robbed of a decent horror experience. Like, but you said there would be horrible things, and there wasn't. You lied. Not really sure about the round of applause, but... Oh dear, a horror movie where the person who is chasing you chases you. It's almost like, you know, the bad guys in horror games and horror movies like want to capture you or something. But that couldn't possibly be true. As I said, like, in fact, to be perfectly honest, I think probably the scariest horror game I ever played, and it wasn't particularly scary, was Alien Isolation, just because they allow you to go for long periods of time without the alien at all. Like, the alien doesn't show up for a long period of time, and the alien will just occasionally just run away or go away and not be a problem for ages. And for me, that's more intimidating than having the blinking things pop up and roar at you perpetually or chase you down corridors. There's something a lot more frightening to me in the idea of complete helplessness and sitting somewhere waiting than the idea of, like, horror as a concept, like the whole being chased thing as a concept. Blacks in scare make up for in law. Possibly. Very possibly. I have heard it is a very good game. So, eye stalk, decomposing, bulb bush, and fungal samples. Okie dokie. I have heard it is a good game, so I certainly won't discount it as being a good game. Like, I'm not going to say it's not a good game. I have heard it is very good indeed. The question just then becomes kind of like, how good is it? How good is it? Okay, so what do we want to build? We want to get a battery charge going, so we need copper wire and a wiring kit. Which means 2 copper and 2 silver. Copper wire. Wiring kit. Let's bring you over here. And we can get some batteries on the go. What batteries have we got that are below full charge? I like the fact that it now auto-sorts batteries. So these 4 at the end. Floopy snoot. Flibbity gibbet. That is my response to you and your floopy snoot. 2 rubies, 2 titanium, and an advanced wiring kit. 2 rubies, 2 titanium. The advanced wiring kit, I believe, requires copper. And so I believe it requires a chip to do an advanced wiring kit. So I believe we need to make a computer chip. We do! So we need copper wire. And a computer chip. And that will give us an advanced wiring kit. And there we go. We can charge up power cells now. Blink. And the last thing we want is this. So we need a computer chip and titanium. So we need 1 more titanium. And we need some more copper. Got 1 copper in there. We got any copper in here? No. And we don't have enough of the... we don't have enough of the Droid, try and speak English. We don't have enough of the table coral. So we need to grab some more table coral. And we need to grab some copper. Now, those should be easily found around here. If you like campaign and battle... I don't like Battle Royale at all, Minecraft Moose. For me, Battle Royale style games are one of those games that I just will never get on with. I've seen people play them. I've played them myself. I will fully support people who do play them and be like, yeah, that's cool. You do you. But for me, nah. Not my taste of cake. Not my type of cookie. They just seem very... They seem very empty and vapid to me. Like, I've never been a big fan of Twitch shooters anyway, like Twitch reaction games anyway. I much prefer stuff where you can be a little bit more methodical. And I'm sure there is tactics to the games. Like, I'm sure there is plenty of tactics in the Battle Royale games. But for the most part, from my experience, all the Battle Royale games is get to the floor as fast as possible, grab gun, shoot person who landed next to you, run, 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 shoot, 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 run, 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 run. And it's like, okay. Hey, Cole, welcome to the stream. How you doing? What time are you planning to end? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure when I'm planning to end, to be fair. By the way, guys, if you would like to help the channel, liking the video is one way to do it. Subscribing to the channel and hitting the notification bell is another. And always, of course, sharing the stream on Twitter. If you would like a copy of the link, you can pop to the Discord, and the Twitter link is in the Discord. To this tweet. To the tweet for this stream. Ends never. But if I don't ever end the stream, I will wither away and die because I does not have food. Does you want me to die, Rayox, without food? Does you want me to be foodless? And has the foodless death? The death of the foods. The death of the no foods. I'm alright, Cole. I'm in a bit of pain, so I took some painkillers. So, as I said previously in the stream, if I start talking nonsense while streaming, it's because I'm on painkillers, guys. So, slack to be cut for the person who is currently on codeines. Hey, Edible Forks, you thought it was Sunday? It's not Sunday, it's Monday. It's Bank Holiday Monday in the UK. And if you are in the UK, that may explain why you thought it was Sunday, because no one's gone to work. But it's actually Monday. At least I think it's Monday. Am I on so many painkillers that I've forgotten what day of the week it is? Perfectly possible. If someone's like, nope, you've got the name of the stream wrong, it is definitely Sunday, I'd be like, oh, whoops. Cue the trolls. How you doing today, Edible? You have a dinner break. Is that like a dinner bone? I'm honestly losing track of the days. Help. Yeah, I do that a lot. It's Memorial Day in the US. My deep respect to the members of the military who have lost their lives. Not just today, but every day. Like, losing your life over the war over resources or another country or anything like that is always a unpleasant thing. Like the idea that someone had to lose their life because somebody else wanted resources or attention or power. Probably because I'm way too addicted to Slime Rancher. You're addicted to Slime Rancher? I never got addicted to Slime Rancher. I enjoyed Slime Rancher. And me and Patrol Gaming played Slime Rancher against each other, and he handed me my ass thoroughly because he cheated, because he didn't tell me he was amazingly good at the game. Like, I mean, it's not cheating to be amazingly good at the game, but he didn't tell me, guys. That's definitely cheating. Can't think of anything more random than I jumped off a brick and scratched a cashew nut. If you are genuinely addicted, dude, I recommend just going and getting actual addiction help. Like that, strangely enough, that does work. So we need the bridge and we need the hull fragments. Those are the two sets of fragments we need. What can we make? We can make the lightweight tank. Which I don't really need the lightweight tank, because the lightweight tank just increases how fast you move, and I don't really use movement speed that much. We can make the improved depth modules. We need one enameled glass, plasteel, and magnetite. Now, plasteel is lithium and titanium, that we can do. I think I've got some magnetite, because I think I went down into the caves. And enameled glass. I don't think we have any stalker teeth, but they're not too hard to get hold of.
This is Life Pod 4. We've landed close to the Aurora. Flotation device is active, but we've got some big old fish in the water with us, and I don't know how long we're going to last. We're close to the crash site, so bring radiation protection. 4 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded to data bank.
Let's see if we can get some stalker teeth today. Are you playing with some metal? Or have you already played with some metal? He has definitely already gathered up this metal. So what we do is we come over here and we go drop, 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 drop. Look guys, the metal is no longer on your nest. Hey RoboLion, welcome to the stream. You're gonna drop a tooth? Come on, drop a tooth for me. I can see a tooth hanging on that metal. Where on earth are you taking this? You're taking it... Wow, that is a weird place to take it. Seriously, you didn't drop your tooth after all that? Took it all the way back to my base and didn't drop your tooth. Just bit my butt instead. Dogtooth. Yay! Found one.
New blueprint acquired.
Choose any number between 69 and 69. Get demonetized. You're allowed to say like 69 and porn and things and not get demonetized. There are unfortunately no mecha crabs in this game. Hashtag disappoint no mecha crab. Everyone hates Nightbot, except streamers who use Nightbot. Because we kind of have to. Because of humans. If I could get away with, like, not using Nightbot, I probably would not use Nightbot. But unfortunately, it's just one of those things where... without Nightbot, there would be no stream because I was getting flooded and spammed and all sorts of things that were unpleasant. So let's go this. What's your favourite fish apart from leviathans in Subnautica? Reefbacks. My reefbacks are... I like reefbacks more than I like leviathans. I'm probably the only one here who knows you hate garlic. Well, now everyone knows I hate garlic. Hey, Grumpy Brit, welcome to the stream. So many other things you can use other than Nightbot. I ain't used that crap in years. Hush! They don't know that. Don't let them know. Don't let them know that I'm too lazy to find something better. Don't let them know that basically the reason I use Nightbot is because I'm literally too lazy to get off my ass and go and find a better one. Even though there's lots of better ones. Or not even find a better one. I know of better ones. I just haven't bothered setting one up yet. Shh, it's a secret. It's a secret. Grumpy, don't let them know. By the way, guys, Grumpy Brit over on Twitch is a Minecraft and other variety streamer. Streams a few bits and pieces. Primarily Minecraft, a little bit of the Forest, Ark, things like that. A little bit of Elder Scrolls Online. Some good shiz. What was I doing again? Something to do with plasteel ingots. Depth upgrades, that's what I'm doing. See, my brain works eventually. I just have to give it time. And I don't have any... I thought I had magnetite. Huh. I am thoroughly surprised I don't have any magnetite on me. Let's get a quick top up and we will go and grab some magnetite from the jelly shroom biome. I'm sure I picked up some magnetite. I may have used it for something. Although what I used it for I have no idea. So, jelly shroom biome. Easiest way to find the jelly shroom biome is to go to the Seamoth Bay collapse. So, let's have a look. Stranded near a cave system. And what we'll do is we'll colour that so it's easier to see. This way. Setting yourself up so you know the way around the map is probably the best thing. I liked it when they were in the development stage and they were swapping around where you found different recipes. I wish they'd include that as part of the actual game, is that like recipe spawn locations were procedurally generated. Hey, Annie Cake, welcome to the stream. How went your Paladins? Was your Paladins gameplay good? Are you a new Nightbot? I'm robot like him. Lies, Rayox. You are not my new Nightbot. You may, however, be... actually, no, you're not a moderator. Do I have any moderators? No, I don't have any moderators in chat at the moment. But yeah, if we head over to this one here, and we head past it, we'll get to the crashed Seamoth Bay. And behind the crashed Seamoth Bay is an entrance into the jelly shroom biomes. You lies, Annie Cake. You opened Paladins up before I started streaming. Which was, like, an hour ago. Do not lie to Papa Droid. Papa Droid sees all and knows all. Papa Droid stalk.
Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Make a house on a reef back. I wish you could make a house on a reef back. Unfortunately, the reef backs are not anchor points for houses. Sure, you opened it up before I started streaming, but you haven't started playing it yet. Yeah. Yep. I believe you, Annie Cakes. That's like that packet of biscuits that I opened yesterday that I haven't eaten any of the biscuits from. Nope. I definitely haven't eaten any of the biscuits from that packet of biscuits I opened. Ow. Mofo. It happens, dude. Like for me at least, the expectation of joining a streamer is never there.
Conditions in this gave support a microcosm of the unique.
In certain circumstances, like if I get the opportunity to play with some certain streamers, I will happily play with streamers, but which makes it sound slightly dodgy. I'll happily play with streamers, not in a sexual way, but I never really fussed whether or not a streamer is kind of got space available. Why would you not open a pack of biscuits and not eat any? Because of... Okay, I ate them all. Shush. I was taking the mickey out of Annie Cakes for opening Paladins and not playing any Paladins. I must admit, I have done the same thing. I've opened up games and then ended up not playing them. He ate all the biscuits. Shh! Cole! Shush! Don't tell them about my biscuit eating habits. I can't be the only person who, especially when they are in pain and on painkillers, just sort of downs an entire pack of biscuits in like 5 minutes. Because I downed an entire pack of biscuits in about 5 minutes. Actually, it was probably slightly less than 5 minutes, to be fair. Yes, I is a little piggy pig. Who ate all the biscuits? Who ate all the biscuits? Can you play Rainbow Six Siege? Can I physically play Rainbow Six Siege? I have thumbs. I have a keyboard. I have a mouse. I have an internet connection. Yes, physically I can play Rainbow Six Siege. I can finish a pack of chocolate chip cookies in a minute. Beat me. Well, your desire for, you know, domination and beatings and, you know, that sort of kinky bedroom play aside, Annie Cake, finishing a pack of biscuits in a minute, yeah. I'm sure we could probably have a nice race doing that. I don't think either of us would be classifiable as winners if we raced eating a pack of biscuits in a minute, but yeah, I think it would be reasonably close, especially if I could pick the cookies, because Maryland cookies, oh my god, Maryland cookies disappear so fast. Maryland cookies are addictive as shit. Oh, I could really go for cookies now. Annie Cake, you so-and-so, you absolute jerk. Now I want cookies. Now I desire the cookie. It sounds like you've got money to burn, so buy me cookies, bitch. I don't think that's how the song goes. What's the worst cookie I've ever had? I had some like pecan cookie things that were made by a group of people who were selling them to raise money for a hospital. And I swear to God, like, if they'd been saying, like, you have to eat one of these cookies or you can donate money to the hospital, they would have made more money. Tesco, actually, I disagree. Like, the Tesco's cookies aren't that bad. The Tesco's cookies aren't amazing, but the Tesco's cookies aren't that bad. People make a big deal about how, like, inedible Tesco's cookies are. It's like, they're not my first choice of cookie. No, come on. There we go. Cookies made with mustard. Who would make cookies with mustard? Whoever makes cookies with mustard deserves to be taken out and shot. It's a Google cookie. Oh, Rayox was making a terrible, terrible pun. The worst kind of cookie is a Google cookie. No, the worst kind of cookie is probably a Pornhub cookie. Because, you know, most websites label their cookies with the name of what website they come from. So can you imagine just having a cookie in your cookie folder called Pornhub-cookie?
30 seconds.
You've eaten cookies made with mustard? Well, that was your own fault. I'm sorry, if you were stupid enough to eat cookies made with mustard, that was entirely on you.
Integrating new PDA data. Integrating new PDA data.
You were not forced to eat the mustard cookies.
New blueprint acquired. Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Exactly. Why would you eat mustard-flavored cookies? That makes no sense.
New PDA data.
The only way I would ever eat mustard-flavored cookies if someone, like, you know, held a gun to my head. The cuttlefish isn't here. I need to get down to the other Digabassi base to get a cuttlefish, which I will do. Currently, I'm just working on getting the upgraded depth markers and oxygen tanks, And once I've got the upgraded depth markers and oxygen tanks, I will move on to grabbing the hull for my... the hull and the rest of the control stick for the Cyclops. And then we can start heading down into the deeper depths. Broccoli cookies? You guys are all insane. Like, who is putting mustard and broccoli in cookies? You absolute monsters. Dog food cook. Now you're just being facetious. Now you're just being facetious. Dog food cookies. Dog food cookies, my ass. Dog biscuits, on the other hand. I don't know if anyone here has actually eaten dog biscuits. They're not that bad. I wouldn't choose to eat them, but if it was a choice between eating like wet dog food or eating dog biscuits, I'd eat dog biscuits. Ban them all! Ban them all! Exactly, Grumpy. Any... Rayox. Hush you. How about garlic potatoes? I would never eat garlic potatoes because I dislike garlic. However, I can understand that garlic potatoes is a thing and people eat it. And, like, I don't see anything massively wrong with the idea of garlic potatoes. Like, garlic is disgusting, but... That's me. That's my personal preference. Mustard cookies, however, is categorically wrong. Categorically. Categorically is a brand new word made up by Drugged Up Droid. Drugged Up Droid is redesigning the English language one word at a time. Ooh, garlic bread. Ick. Ick, 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 ick. But again, I dislike garlic. My partner really likes garlic bread. And she's vegetarian or vegan actually, and she dislikes the smell of bacon. So we have an agreement. If she wants garlic bread, we can go out to a restaurant and she can get herself garlic bread. If I want bacon, I can go to the pub across the road and I can have bacon. Ketchup cookies actually sounds quite good. Drugged Up Droid makes up English words. Primarily because he speaks so fast that he can't actually say things. Although that was quite impressive, because I said things fast. Back to Elven Female Child Base, which is kind of like Elven Knots on Locker, but not quite. So we now have enough lithium, and we have the recipe for the ultra high capacity oxygen tank, which is going to be great because it's going to increase us from 135 up to like 250 or something like that. You call us insane. Hey, 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 I'm not insane, I'm just high. Hashtag save the game. Hashtag can't save the game. Hashtag playing on hardcore mode. Hashtag no saving allowed. Hashtag can only save when I leave at the end of the stream. What religion are you? Interesting question, Mania. Most people call me atheist. I'm not actually atheist, I'm polytheist agnostic. But atheist is an easier way for people to understand. When I say polytheist agnostic, everyone goes cross-eyed. By the way, guys, to those who don't know where hashtag save the game comes from, hashtag save the game was from when I first played Subnautica a long time ago, and I did a 4-hour live stream playing Subnautica, and then proceeded to quit without saving. So that's where hashtag save the game comes from. If anyone was curious. There we go. So we should be up to like 250, 225. That'll do. It's a 5-hour stream. Fair enough, 5-hour stream.
This is Sunbeam. You know Aurora. We're from a little transgov on the
Hey, Boon Biffy, welcome to the stream. How you doing, Boon Biffy?
There's no bad without the good, no good without the bad. Sounds like you tasted a bunch of the former, but that only means you're overdue a whole lot of the latter. Might just be we're in. We're scanning for somewhere to park. We'll be in touch when we find it. Sunbeam out.
If you could have any car in the world, what car would you have? If I could have any car in the world, I would have a car called an iX35. The RX-35 is, in my opinion, a very good car. Edible locker. Yeah, I do remember the edible locker. We put edible things in the edible locker. Speaking of which, let's do another locker giveaway. So, Google at the ready, ladies and gentlemen. Google at the ready. Hey, Wilkers, welcome to the stream. Okay, so, Google question to get your name on a locker. The deepest point in the Pacific Ocean, not counting the Mariana Trench. So the deepest point in the Pacific Ocean, not counting the Mariana Trench. So we need the Cyclops Bridge and the Cyclops Hull, which means we need to go to the mushroom biome. That's not too bad. Then you should know the depth, Rayox, if you know where the Titanic is.
All systems online.
We're going to go and see if we can get some more of the bridge pieces from the mushroom forest over in this direction. Okay, so this is an interesting one. Annie Cake and Cole both gave the answer. Annie Cakes gave the depth as well. So bonus credit. 2.5 miles. No, not 2.5 miles. Is 2.5 miles? 2.5 miles in meters is 4,000 meters. No, nowhere near close, Rayox. Challenger Deep, which is the deepest point not inside the Mariana Trench, is 10,900 meters. 10,994 according to Annie Cake. I know it's 10,990. But so, I would say I will give... Yes, you were right. The Challenger Deep is the deepest point in the Pacific Ocean, not including the Mariana Trench. I like that you thought you were wrong. So, I tell you what, as Annie Cake gave the depth to meters as well, and as Cole didn't give the depth to meters and possibly may actually have guessed it as he says he did, let's give Cole and Annie Cake a chest. I'm just going to add you to a notepad document. Cole and Annie Cakes. And you can have chests when we get back to base. Yes, you did get the depth. You did get the depth right. In fact, you probably got the depth more right than me, which kind of makes me think that you may have Googled it, but you may have known the depth. I do not wish to disparage you, Annie Cake. You may have indeed known the depth. Mushroom Forest? Or are you the... You're the Crags. Which means the Mushroom Forest, I think, is this way. Oh yeah, of course, because where the high priority passenger is. You learned it in history. Nice. See, all these educational things they give you in school, you thought they would be useless, but actually they get you lockers. They get you lockers on Droid's channel. So there you go.
Whatever you're doing is worth it. Passing 100 meters.
Ow! You little mofo! Bit me as I got out my ship. Little piece of shit bit me. There we go, Cyclops Hull. History and geography, the same subject in your school. Oh! That's... I suppose to a certain extent I can understand that. There is not actually all that much to geography unless you want to go into geography as a field. Like the surface level of geography, ha 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 ha, pun intended, the surface level of geography is a very, very simple subject, which is mainly actually covered in a mixture of chemistry and physical sciences. I love how people really, really want locker names. I'm going to pay attention more so I get a locker. Hey, dude, if the quizzes I do and you wanting a locker gets you to pay attention in school, fair dues. Find what motivates you. Find your own intrinsic and extrinsic motivations.
Integrating new PDA data.
It was more of an accidental pun than an actually intended pun, but it was a good pun nonetheless. Surface layer. Oh, the surface layer of geology. And for those people who don't know, look up the term sedimentation. Don't know why that's a bad pun. The deepest parts of our world. Huh. So, Mariana Trench, Challenger Depths. Is it the Artican? Or the... No, not the Artican Traverse. That's from fucking sci-fi movie. Azrian or Assyrian Desert... Assyrian Trench or something like that. There's another trench that has an AS starting name that I can't remember off the top of my head. Your jokes are very punny. Come on, I just need one more bit of hull fragment. Hull fragments. Sedimentation is taught in the 4th grade. Yeah, but you'd be surprised how many human beings don't learn the stuff that they're taught in the 4th grade.
Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Yay! Cyclops! Cyclopsy! Tree mushroom. Where on earth did I put my... Where have I put my ship? There it is. For a second there I completely lost the Seamoth. Process of settling or being deposited as a sediment. Exactly. Which kind of means that we're all sedimentary. Because of sex. We are all made up of deposited sediments. Or deposited sediments, maybe. Wah, 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 wah. Knowledge bomb. What on earth is wrong with me? Why do I go like this when I'm taking drugs? When I am taking painkillers? Why do I go so crazy? Did I hurt your little brain, Annie Cake? You seem like a nerd. Yes, yes you do, but that's okay, because we like nerds here. Except Grumpy. Grumpy doesn't like nerds, but Grumpy primarily doesn't like nerds because Grumpy is A, grumpy, and B, really, really not a nerd. What's the opposite of a nerd? He's not a jock. By the way, if you do ever visit Grumpy's Twitch channel while he's playing Minecraft, do please remember to remind him that Thormcraft is one of the best mods in existence. Just every sort of 6 to 7 minutes in chat, just, you know, post. Just remember, Grumpy, that Thormcraft is one of the best mods in existence. Just to help remind him. You're an arsehole. There we go, that's it. Grumpy Brit's an arsehole. I knew there was a word for it, Grumpy. I knew there was a word for what you were, but I couldn't remember what it was. Mainly because words like that I try and put behind me. But joke! Oh my god, what the fuck? Oh, why is that so funny to my brain? Hey, Roger Moore, welcome to the stream. Annie Cakes and Edible Forks are both despairing at me. Be sad because you can't save the game. Right, I'm leaving. Please stop. Bad droid.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I'm sorry. Choking karma. Yep. Karma, kami. Sorry.
Fluid intake.
Oh dear. Right. Where are we? Cyclops. And also depth upgrade. Now we do have everything we need for the depth upgrade. No, I've already gotten everything I need for the depth upgrade. I just need to make it. Which means we need 2 magnetite. Which will have been put in this locker. That pun was crap. Yes, it was. You've crossed a line. I haven't crossed any lines at all. You need an antivirus. I don't know, but if you can find some better humour software. Obviously my humour software is not particularly good. I'm back, is it over? Oh dear. Hey Radical, welcome to the stream. How you doing? So, dip. So we need 3 plasteel ingots. So let's get started on that, shall we? 1. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 2. Got another 4. And we've got enough lithium for 2 as well. So let's grab the 2 plasteel to start with. I shouldn't have gone offline, Radical. You should just be able to refresh and I should be back. Nightbot, what you do? Nightbot, shut up. Got timed out for 5 seconds. Nightbot, you are a piece of shit and should die. So we need a little bit more titanium and we also need a little bit of food. Nom nom nom, nom nom nom. The chat on your screen lags. Yes, the chat on my screen does lag. That's because the chat on my screen is going through like 4 different programs and then being downloaded and then uploaded.
Stabilizing.
It's kind of how streaming works. There's always going to be a delay. Now, you can get a very, very short delay, but normally the short delay is only available if A, you have a powerful computer, and B, you are kind of on a website that allows you to select for a short delay. Twitch has a shorter delay than YouTube does, but yeah. The Twitch chat is very, very quick to pop up, but the YouTube chat lags like 10 seconds behind chat because YouTube is a jerk like that and doesn't allow you to connect things directly to it. I could see the YouTube chat faster if I didn't put it in the restream, if I just had the chat popped out separate. But that would require me to A, pop the chat out separately, and B, pay attention to chat.
All systems online.
Name 10 memes in 10 seconds. Your mum, 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 your mum. Mixer has 2-second delay, probably the only decent thing about that streaming site. Yeah, that's the thing, is like Mixer's base delay is far lower than a lot of other streaming sites, which is weird because Mixer doesn't have particularly good disencoding. Like I've seen people write up like how Mixer uses their disencoding software, or what disencoding software Mixer uses, and apparently the disencoding software Mixer uses is pretty damn cheap. Oh, lockers. Sorry, Cole and Annie Cakes get lockers. I need to go back and get lockers before I go hunting for titanium. 5 to 6 seconds on Twitch. And the thing is, you can go low latency on YouTube, but low latency on YouTube is like 11 seconds. Your mum gay? No, my mum isn't gay, surprisingly. That's kind of the point of her being a mum. Because, like, if she was gay, she probably wouldn't be a mum. I mean, no guarantee she wouldn't be a mum. Like, plenty of gay people have children, but if your mum's gay, then the likelihood of her having kids is quite low. So, coal. Badoop. And then we have... YouTube needs to burn and die altogether. See, the one good thing about YouTube, for me, Grumpy Brit, is YouTube allows you to monetize your streams way before Twitch does. Way before Twitch does. I mean, YouTube's closed down their monetization a lot. Thankfully, I've just managed to stay slightly atop of the game. If I lose any more subs, I'll drop below because I won't be able to get enough hourage over the period. But before YouTube clamped down on their monetization, it was really easy to monetize on YouTube, and you could monetize your streams. On Twitch, I'm nowhere near getting Twitch money, the Twitch partnership thing. I don't have enough people watching my streams on Twitch. It's not the number of subs, Cole, it's the number of people watching. I made more on Twitch in the first live stream than I did in 5 years on YouTube. See, I've been on Twitch for ages and just don't really, like, no one seems to be interested in my channel, and I don't get any attention on my channel, which, that's not a complaint. I don't mind, like, different strokes for different folks. With the fact that you can now super chat and sponsor on YouTube, they've opened up the monetization on YouTube. They open up the monetization on YouTube a lot now. So now you can get $5.99 or $4.99 subs, or the equivalent to Twitch subs, and you can get donations, super chat donations. So it's a lot easier to monetize your streams on YouTube now for the same sort of thing. Because the big thing Twitch had over YouTube for a while was subscribes, which were paid subscriptions, and donations. It's a grind, but it's worth it. I streamed on Twitch for the best part of 3 years with just me and Nightbot. Well, you know me, dude. I will turn up for your streams if I'm awake and available, and I will hang out and talk shit and take the piss out of you when you forget to build the right machine. You know me, dude. I will take the piss out of you for not building the right machine. And then I will tell you that you did build the right machine, and I was taking the piss out of you as a joke.
What?
It's okay, Yanni Cakes. I don't expect you to super chat if it's not available to you. In fact, I don't expect people to super chat even if it is available to them. Super chats are a nice little bonus for someone who's working as a carer or someone who's on disability, something like that, and streaming. But in reality, like, I think it's very disrespectful of streamers who basically say to their audience, like, oh, well, if you want me to stream tomorrow, then you better donate because I need to be able to know that this is worth my time, etc. It's like, no, that's not how it works. You stream because you want to stream. If you make money from it, great. If you then, like, get to the point where you are doing nothing but streaming as a source of income, and you're no longer a carer, and you're no longer a whatever, and you're no longer taking benefits or anything like that, or you're just, if you're doing it as a full-time job, then fine, yeah, like, you have an expectation that you're going to be able to support yourself from it, but yeah, I know what you mean, dude. For me, I don't think I'm ever going to be a successful streamer just because I'm not reactive enough. Like, I sit here, I chat with you guys, I play the game. I sometimes have some interesting bits and pieces information-wise, especially about games that I've played for a while. But for the most part, like, for me, it's... for the most part, for me, it's just a case of, I'm going to be playing games anyway, and I like the social side of just chatting on streams. It's why when you were streaming and I was a subscriber, because someone had gifted me a subscription, and I was on your Sky Factory 3 server, I made really good progress on the Sky Factory 3 server because I was in a social environment, and I was still making time to sort of hop over into chat. It's one of the reasons why I made all of the sort of trader chests, because I like to support and be helpful when I game with people. How do you support yourself? Basically, the person I care for, I live in the house of the person I care for. And I get given a small amount of money by the government to pay for food. How do you record your stream? I don't record my stream, I stream my stream using OBS. That's very nice of you to say, Cole. Everyone donates so Droid knows you enjoy this. If you've turned up and you're watching the stream, I know you're enjoying it. Because if you weren't enjoying it, I'd expect you guys to leave. Because that's what I'd do. Oh, by the way, guys, if you ever see Grumpy Brit on Twitch playing The Forest, please go and watch. It's hilarious. It's like the Three Stooges running around in the forest without any clue of what to do. Trying to build, like, an endgame size base in the first day. How do you record the screen? I don't record the screen, I actually just record the window. So OBS, or Open Broadcasting Studio Pro Edition. OBS Studio Pro Edition. And I currently use Game Capture for Subnautica, Window Capture for Java games. Most games go in Game Capture, but I use Window Capture for Java-based games. And there's a couple of other bits and pieces that I use for assorted other things. We built it, didn't we? Yes, yes you did. Only took you like 400 deaths. It's fine. You managed to build it. Admittedly, it would be quite easy for the Grumpy Brit to take the mickey out of me, because when I was on his Sky Factory server I kept dying to fall damage because I had a teleportation rod and I just kept teleporting myself into walls and teleporting myself like high into the sky and being like, oh crap. Hey Horvath, welcome to the stream. How you doing, Horvath? Do you want to play some Fortnite with me? I'm not really a fan of Fortnite, Cole. The whole Battle Royale thing kind of left me by, to a certain extent. How are you doing, Horvath? Horde of ass. Hey, if a horde of ass wants to come and join my stream, I am going to welcome them. I mean, I'm not personally into, you know, orc backsides, but World of Warcraft players who enjoy orc backsides are welcome in my stream as well. I do not discriminate against which backsides you enjoy to look at. So whether you are horde ass or alliance ass, you are more than welcome. Having just said all of that, is it my brain or did that make absolutely no fucking sense whatsoever? I'm pretty sure that made absolutely no fucking sense. Come on, Quartz. Come on, Quartz. Hey, Shiny Lord, welcome to the stream. How you doing? That made no sense. Yay, I'm glad. I'm glad it made no sense. Because at least I can recognize that it made no sense. Not much you do, maybe. Do the not much you do say makes sense. That's a fair point. Especially the last couple of days because I've been on painkillers, and I get a little bit spacey when I'm on certain painkillers. Certain painkillers I'm fine on, other ones I get a little bit spacey on. And I've been in pain as well, so I make less sense when I'm in pain. Also, half of the shit I say on your stream makes perfect sense if, you know, the person I'm saying it to is good at Minecraft, but I'm saying it to you, so you don't understand what I'm saying. Sick burn, bro. Sick burn. Guys, Grumpy Brit makes maps for mod pack creators. Like he built the map for Forever Stranded Lost Souls. He actually built the ship and built all of the kind of bits and pieces in the map. So yeah, I'm ripping the shit out of him for being bad at Minecraft, but he's actually part of the, you know, mod pack creator community in Minecraft. Whereas me, I'm just a scrub who plays the game and doesn't get involved in the making of shit. And builds giant flat platforms in every single mod pack because a giant flat platform is the best kind of base. If you would like to pay for me to have a level 3 diagnostic, if you would like to pay for me to have a level 3 diagnostic, I live in the UK, so the cost will be a grand total of £0 and 0 pence. Because the NHS is awesome, and American healthcare sucks a dick. Got your ass handed to you in PUBG. Well, let's put it like this. There are 100 people playing in any particular match. So your chances of winning are 100 to 1. Or 99 to 1, technically. So the likelihood is, in any particular game of PUBG, you're going to have your ass handed to you. It's like in games where kill-death ratio. I can sort of agree with you that. Yeah, this is the thing, is like, the NHS ain't perfect, but paid-for healthcare is far, far worse. Especially because they pay more per person. In fact, their government pays more per person. So it's not even like it's saving their government money. The United States government pays more money per person for healthcare than the UK government does. And that's more money per person in the country. So put more money per capita, not more money per person treated. So per capita, per 10,000 people, the American government pays $4,000, or sorry, $9,000, and the UK pays $4,000. So $4,000 worth. So yeah, we have a much better healthcare system. You have a high chance of winning PUBG? Why do you have a high chance of winning PUBG? Messed up operations are perpetual, unfortunately, especially when the operation is complicated. I know plenty of people in America whose operations were messed up to buggery. Because unfortunately the human body is a complicated thing, and modern medical science likes to think it can do things it can't. Regardless of country. How to play PUBG. Hide in a building, someone walks in, you shoot first but die first too. The standard procedure. Wow. We do have braces, Cole. We do have braces in the UK. In fact, my sister had braces when she was younger. And several people I know have had braces. It's just that we don't give braces to everybody because their teeth aren't perfectly straight. You only get braces if your teeth are a problem. And this is the problem I see with the American system, is like, basically everyone in America gets braces because every mother wants their child to have perfect teeth. Right? So you weren't born with perfect teeth. You don't need a medical procedure to correct the fact that you have ever so slightly off-kilter teeth. You can't blame the game if your aim is shit. It is true, you can't blame the game if your aim is shit. Except Grumpy, who blames the forest for not having a reticule as to why he can't hit anything in the forest. Damn it, I still need one more enameled glass. You're bored! Go do something then! Plus side, I may be able to have a rollerblade instead of a foot. Could be fun, or I could have a spring, that would be awesome, just bouncing around and stuff. Dude, the spring feet, the like sports spring feet thing, is actually like kind of very cool. I enjoy the whole kind of like springy leg thing. Just if they do cut your foot off, don't do what my uncle's ex-partner did and have part of his foot cut off, because that just led to way more complications. It was his choice, like he wanted to have part of his foot cut off rather than all of it, but it just led to way more complications. With modern prosthetics, like missing a single foot at the ankle joint isn't that much of a big deal. It's still a pain in the ass, or a pain in the foot, I suppose, but I used to know a martial artist guy who was missing his right leg from halfway down the shin downwards. Literally like the halfway point of his shin and down. And he was actually really, really good. He used to compete in tournaments, and at one point during a tournament, the bottom half of one of his legs fell off. And the person he was fighting kind of freaked out because they didn't know. Yeah, my martial arts instructor had his right ankle pinned, and then one of the pins slipped, and they replaced it, and then another pin broke or bent, and then they replaced that, and it just became this big hassle, and he was like, just cut it off and replace it with a fucking prosthesis. If I was late, I could have had a hip replacement project. Hey, Luke Ford, welcome to the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Luke has arrived. We can finally begin the stream. I'll be back. I'm going to play some PUBG. I'll be back after 3 games. Slightly arbitrary number, but okay. Hello. Welcome to the stream, Ford. How you doing, dude? Hopefully that wasn't too loud on my mic. I just kind of breathed out quite hard and realised, oh, I probably shouldn't do that when I've got a microphone next to my face. That probably sounds like shit. Do you like anime? I do like anime. I'm not a weeb, but I also don't... I'm not one of those people who goes, ew, anime. All anime is the same. All anime is for weebs. No, some of it is actually very intelligent storylines. Stuff like Last Exile and shit like that. And I must admit, I do enjoy my occasional little bit of weeb anime. Stuff like Ouran High School Host Club, which is basically just pure weebiness. It can be quite entertaining to watch. Ow. I'm alright, dude. I'm in a little bit of pain, but... things challenge you to make a pun about your favourite Subnautica creature. Yay, Radical's back. Welcome back, Radical. A pun about my favourite Subnautica creature. Okay, well, I've gone on record several times of saying that's a reefback, so... What did the hippie reefback say to the other hippie reefback? Dude, stop hogging. Reefback. No. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. For those people who don't realise what I just did, I just made a 420 joke. Hashtag 420. Hey! Dinius. Welcome to the stream, Dinius. How you doing, dude? What are you doing today, Mr. Di? I see stuff. I see stuff and things, people. People, we have stuff and things. We don't have any quartz yet, but we have stuff and things.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
Yeah. Suffocate at the bottom of the ocean and all that shit. I know.
New blueprint acquired.
How can a reefback go forwards? Why do all of the oceanographers on the planet Earth like planet 4565b? Because all the oceanographers on the planet also want the reef back. Oh, that's an extinction joke. My god, droid, do you have no respect? Nope, no respect whatsoever.
Please observe safety protocol CSP-21 before handling classified cargo.
4546b. Whatever, whatever. Blah-de-blah-de-blah. Telling me what I can and cannot for the planet. Hey, Bakasura! Welcome to the stream. Bakasura is back. Asura. See, I always look at that and think it's a woman doing the loser sign on her forehead. That's what it always looks like to me. It always looks like a woman doing the L is for loser thing. U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi. Watch out for Reapers, he's in deep water. Reapers aren't scary. What languages do you speak? I speak English. I speak a small amount of Japanese, primarily martial artist Japanese. Things like Suzukete Hajime and things like that, which are sort of martial artists' commands and martial artists' kind of arrays of words used for lessons. And other than that, what else do I speak? I speak British Sign Language, non-fluently, up to grade 2 level British Sign Language. Hey, Luke Ford's twin. Serbian. I don't speak any Serbian at all. I don't speak any Serbian at all. It's getting out of hand, there are 2 of you. That's okay, dude. I know it's not. I know it's the woman waving. I don't actually have any problem with you using the woman waving, Bakasura. It just, like, in my head, it just looks like the person doing the loser sign. I know it's not. See, for some reason, whenever I think Serbian, I think Russian accent, which is entirely wrong. Serbian accent and Russian accents are different things. They will never know it's me. No, no clue. Your ability, your stealth-like abilities are amazing. Do you have submarine? Do I have the Cyclops? No, I don't have the Cyclops yet. I'm actually out looking for quartz so I can get the Cyclops. Got taught Arabic because I lived in Jordan for 3 years. That's actually pretty cool, Molash. That's actually pretty cool. I would love to go to Japan and actually learn, like, proper fluent Japanese. I would really enjoy going into... Ow! Let go! Damn you! Well, that was mildly frustrating. He ate my ship. Including my depth upgrade. The mother fudger. Ate my depth upgrade. Looked like it's trying to get a bit of pepperoni off, but instead started riding it. How on earth did you know? Although, with me, it's more likely that I'd be trying to get ham. If there's, like, cheese-soaked ham... Like, I'm there. Like, ham and cheese toasty, ham on a cheese pizza. You know, cheese-soaked ham. Oh, I will bite your hand off for a piece of cheese-soaked ham.
Passing 100 meters.
Quartz! Yay!
Increased.
And you see, that's one of the reasons why I'm terrible at playing horror games. Like, that Reaper came out of nowhere and bit my ship, and my response was, oh, hello. God damn it, you're eating my ship. Let go. Like, that's not, like, an exciting response. So... simply because the symbols look fun. The Russian alphabet is an interesting combination of different symbols from different cultures. I quite like the Japanese alphabet because the kanji system is so fascinating to me. The fact that you have hiragana, katakana, romanji, and kanji, and that kanji, which is the main written language in Japan, there are 30,000 recognized kanji symbols. There's actually more like 290,000 kanji symbols, but there's 30,000 government-approved, recognized kanji symbols. Like, can you imagine learning 35,000 letters? That's absolutely insane. And yet, everyone in Japan, or everyone who speaks fluent Japanese, knows at least 15,000, 16,000. Chicasian? I don't know what Chicasian is. The fact there are way too many alphabets annoy me. See, I liked it. Like, I know Romanji, I know Hiragana, and I know Katakana. I don't know the slightest bit of kanji. I know Romanji, I know Hiragana and Katakana. The Hiragana and Katakana are very much like capital letters and normal letters. The two are very closely linked, in that oftentimes Katakana is just a simplified version of a Hiragana. So those two alphabets are actually quite close to each other and quite easy to overlap on each other.
Can't send a rescue ship all the way out there, so Aurora, you're just gonna have to meet us halfway. We've uploaded blueprints to the ship's computer. Yeah, give me a second. Black box data shows the high security terminal in the captain's quarters is still functional.
Becky's leaving like in 5 minutes.
All right, tell Becky I'll just take the regular.
The regular?
Yeah, she'll know what I mean. The code should be...
And if she doesn't?
Just tell her the regular, dude.
Okay.
The
if
code...
I say regular, she's like, what's the regular? I can come all the way back up here.
The code should be 2679. The regular's just a ham and cheese.
Okay, would you just say ham and cheese?
I love this bit as a bit of storyline, as a bit of storytelling, right? Because you're on this planet and you're waiting for rescue. That's kind of like the idea of what you're doing. You're waiting to be rescued, and this is the kind of, like, I think the best bit of storytelling in the whole game, in my opinion, is that one little conversation. It just shows you as the player so perfectly how little they give a shit about you. Like like they don't care in the slightest. He's like giving you this information, and it sounds almost like it's really important, but actually he don't care in the slightest. And you can tell he doesn't care because he just kind of like, yeah, this and this and this is the information. No, I'll have ham and cheese. Speaking of ham and cheese, we were just talking about ham and cheese. But yeah, it's a great little bit of just kind of like, it is the best voice log in my opinion, as far as storytelling goes. Like, the other voice logs are fine, the other voice logs have information in them and things, but that little bit of voice log is just beautiful. Is no cheese an option on pizzas? Yes, no cheese is indeed an option on pizzas. In fact, you can choose to have the cheese removed. At least when you order from the places I order from. You can actually choose to have no cheese on your pizza. Well, first off, my partner's vegan, so if they don't have a vegan cheese option, then she wouldn't have cheese. Of course, if there wasn't a vegan cheese option on a pizza place we went to, we'd probably go to a different pizza place. To be fair. By the way, guys, I've not played this for a while, so my knowledge of sort of getting around the map is a little bit terrible. So if I'm looking like I'm swimming in circles, it's slightly because I am. Slightly because I am. Welcome back, Cole. Charcasian. Oh, Charcasian. won any? Oh, won any of his PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds? No, I don't think he will have. He came back remarkably quickly to have won. If you're going to win a PlayerUnknown Battleground, you're going to have to expect to be there for quite a while. Because there's always going to be a small number of people who are just hiding in the corner of the map. He said he was going to play 3, so... You were in the top 4? That's moderately impressive. I played Fortnite a bit. When I played Fortnite, I was in the top 3 twice, but that was just because I did what any logical, sane person would do and hid in a bush. Just sort of went and sat in a bush and was like, yeah, I'm just going to live here now. I'm going to be the bushman. So theoretically, this should be in the right position to drop the Cyclops.
Cannot build here.
Damn you!
Constructed in deeper water.
Droid is a bush Wookiee. I am a bush Wookiee. And a shameless bush Wookiee at that. Here we go. Up we go, and this should allow us to build the Cyclops. Possible because my base had extended underneath it. There we go. Barf Fortnite. I make like 4 or 5 submarines. It depends whether I'm playing to kind of get through the storyline or whether I'm playing just to enjoy the game. Like at the moment, I'm just playing to enjoy the game. I'm basically doing almost like a Hermitcraft series, or almost like a Hermit series on Subnautica, where basically I'm just relaxed and kind of, I don't care about how fast I go through the storyline. I just want to get some cool stuff, build a nice base, stuff like that. Cyclops is so much fun. Yeah, the Cyclops is great fun. I've only ever had my Cyclops destroyed twice in all the time I've played the game. And I know people who've sort of told me about having lost 7 or 8 or 9 Cyclopses. It's like, yeah, no. You're obviously, you know, doing the whole Cyclops thing wrong. Running it off the edge of the map and then getting swarmed by Ghost Reapers. Yeah, that is the one thing I wish, like there was a little bit more delineation. Because, like, if you're actually too high up to see the ocean floor, there's no real delineation.
All systems online.
Let's make some pots. Let's make some pots. Let's make some pots for food. You heard of the Cyclops, but what about the Biclops or the Triclops? Stop sub-abuse today. Okay. Well, first off, Luke, a Biclops would be I believe it's called a bioptal dome submarine. And I don't think there is such a thing as a Triclops submarine. But there are such things as bioptal domes. Also known as 2-person private dome submarines. So yes, I have heard of them. And they're pretty good. Yeah, true, it does give you that kind of slight ping. But it could really do with a much sort of clearer delineation, because it doesn't give you anything more than the one warning. Oh look! Teeny tiny storage lockers. I only have this teeny tiny amount of storage. Oh wait. I can put more storage up here. So, yeah. I would love if there was a more modular submarine building element to this game. Because, like, I love the modular base building. I like it in this. I like it in Osiris New Dawn. I even like it in things like Forest, 7 Days to Die, Ark. The whole modular base building thing I find quite good. But one thing I always find is that when it comes to actual functional things beyond a base, beyond a stationary thing, there's very little modularization. I'd love to see a game that did modularization. I mean, there is Worlds Adrift, which is a new game that one of my fellow streamers called ToadNet has been streaming. Worlds Adrift is a very, very good game. I don't own it, but well, let's put it like this. I don't own it, but everyone who owns it tells me it's a good game. That's got sort of modularization for vehicles, but the vehicles are also very slow moving. Have you ever played Horizon Zero Dawn? Nope, don't even own it. Hey, Faithful Meme, welcome to the stream. How you doing, Faithful? So I lost the third one by going for the upgrades first. Can't remember what happened to the second one. Probably just got eaten by something. Have I heard of Terratech? Yes, yes I have. In fact, I think the person who told me about Terratech might have been you. So what do we need for a depth upgrade? Cyclops depth upgrade, ingredients unknown. Ooh. So let's have a look at our pings. Where do we want to go? We don't care about that because we've already been there. That one, that's one of the locations we want to go to. Been to that one. Been to that one. Been to that one. Don't care about that one. Droid, do you have a projector brother? No. Okay, I knew that. I'm pretty sure you're the one who told me about Terratech. So let's go and get some plants for my Cyclops. Let's go and get some land food. To the land food platform. Whee! Maybe an AI sister. It's about to go into full release. Huh, fair enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, two, three, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Back to me, Cyclops. Hey, Mole, welcome to the stream and welcome to the SSD. Please try to remember as much as you can while you're part of our SSD. Pretty sure the garden getting flooded is not good for plants. The garden doesn't count as being flooded, Backer. I mean, I know what you mean. In real life, getting swamped with seawater is probably a bad idea for plants. But as far as the game's concerned, that doesn't count as being underwater. And the plants are growing fine. Because basically anything anything above the bottom of the wave animation, if you get what I mean, anything above the lowest point of the wave animation is considered above water. Thank you very much for the follow on Twitch, Mo. Much appreciated. I may do some Twitch-only streams to try and grow the Twitch community slightly, because a Twitch-only stream is a little bit more... I don't know what it is, but if you do a Twitch-only stream, you tend to get a little bit more attention. Well, obviously the game doesn't care. Well, well, of course I know that dipping plants in seawater is bad for them, unless they're seawater plants. I'm not recommending that this is a good way to grow your plants in real life, Backer. Although, it would be interesting to see which plants would survive the occasional dip in seawater. I'm guessing not many plants would survive being dipped in seawater.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Right, let's see what we got. We need a couple of med packs. We'll take the engine upgrade. Maybe I should rethink my gardening tactics. I have Twitch on my laptop and YouTube on my phone. Ooh, well, look at you, Mr. Fancy. With all your fancy shit. Ooh, look at you.
Aurora, we're approaching the planet now. We have a landing site for you that's... well, it's better than the alternatives. We've sent you the coordinates. It'll take us a couple of days to align our orbit. We should be able to establish direct contact with you during that time. Then we're coming in to get you. Cross your fingers, the weather holds. Don't leave us waiting. Sunbeam out.
I just have Twitch and YouTube open in 2 different tabs. Well, isn't he special? Where did that... oh no. I was literally just looking for my Seamoth then. My Seamoth got eaten like 4 minutes ago. And I was just looking for my Seamoth. I can understand why they would label it that. It's certainly got a lot of the classical themes of horror in it. Isolation, limited resources, disparation. It's great how... why would you want to watch both at once? Just, like, if you want to support the stream like that, Bakasura, which is great if you want to support the stream like that, why not just have one minimized and muted? Like, mute it and minimize it. I don't really see how watching it on both is beneficial to your brain, but if you like the stream enough to watch it on both, I can't argue with the fact that it's a nice thing for me. Sploosh. Hey, Joshy, welcome to the stream. To speak to me. But yeah, I can definitely see the whole horror game thing. Why not? Personally, I don't think it's good for anyone's brain to watch my streams at all. I personally think, like, watching my streams damages your brain. Just slowly over time. What was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. But yeah, camera system on the ship is a nice little touch. I think this is the sort of thing that I always used to set up for myself on Space Engineers. When I was playing Space Engineers, you could set cameras up on your ships, and I always used to set myself up cameras on my large ships so that I could see my docking ports and see all of my turrets and things, so that I knew kind of like where I was placing myself in relation to space stations and things. Look at me, for example. I have no brain. Luke says he doesn't have a brain, and I'm inclined to believe him. Droid is a douche. Droid is a douche. Douchebag, droid is a douche. When was my brain not damaged? Fair point, fair point. Hello everybody, welcome to the stream, welcome. So we're just going to head over in this direction. I'll pop in, do a little bit of cave diving while we wait, and then we'll watch the sunbeam get absolutely decimated. Spoilers. Little nip of a radar, yeah. There's my radar. See? Radar. But proper radar in that it, you know, actually has to have some active response. Did you know there's a bottom to the void? Yes, I did know there's a bottom to the void. And yes, I'm fully aware of that streamer who went down to the bottom of the void and there was all sorts of amazing stuff down there. That's a complete and utter fabrication. The bottom of the void is just basically an expanse plane that is added in automatically by the game generation engine so that it has something to anchor things to. So the bottom of the void is literally just an anchor plane. Normally you wouldn't be able to reach the anchor plane because there would be a kill field, but the developers of the game didn't put in a kill field because the only place you can get to the bottom of the anchor plane, or get to the anchor plane, is underneath, or sort of beyond the edge of the actual map. So if you want to go out beyond the edge of the actual map and then go under the, or go down to the anchor plane, the devs saw sort of no reason to stop you. Personally, I don't see any point in diving down into the anchor plane because there's nothing down there at all. It's called the void for a reason. It's literally just basically a coding leftover. There is literally no reason for it to exist other than the fact that it exists. It doesn't give anything to the player, there's nothing down there. I mean, theoretically, depending on how they've coded the spawning of the drop pods that people drop, you might find drop pods down there. But the moment you leave the edge of the map, it starts spawning Reaper Leviathans, so people just want to see me get eaten by Reaper Leviathans. It's devoid of anything, so they've made it so that not even the pods will spawn. The only thing you can do there is go out and get killed by Ghost Leviathans. Yes, that is correct. Ghost Leviathan is the only thing that's down there. I mean, like, if people want to see Ghost Leviathans, that's fine. Like, I don't mind. I could go and show you guys a Ghost Leviathan, but it's kind of boring. Again, like, I'm not the kind of streamer who would squeal and dash about, and it's kind of like, okay. The moment you are surrounded by 6 or 7 Ghost Leviathans, it's kind of time just to surrender and go, okay, I'm gonna die now. It's like the whole thing about being able to tame Reaper Leviathans. There's a whole thing for a while about people saying, oh, you can tame a Reaper Leviathan, this YouTuber did it, and he has a video of him doing it. And his video is basically a poorly edited set of machinima, essentially. In which, in the machinima, he trains a Reaper Leviathan by feeding it fish. But it's all cut and edited so that it hides the fact that basically all he did was cut and edit footage together. Like, he doesn't actually at any point ever tame a Reaper Leviathan. There is no taming in what he does. There is just not getting killed as quickly as you might think he would be killed. YouTubers exposed. See, now we're getting back to the Pornhub shit. There's actually a really creepy trend, and here's the thing. I am a fan of all sorts of kinds of streamers. Male streamers, female streamers, variety streamers, one-game streamers. There's all sorts of streamers that I enjoy watching, and all sorts of YouTubers I enjoy watching. But there's a really creepy thing going on. And it happens to both men and women, but primarily happens to women. And it's people taking clips from live streams and then basically making what is essentially a fetish channel out of them. So, like, there is a channel that is all about female streamers' butts and female streamers leaning over and things like that. And it's like, that's really creepy to me. That, to me, is, like, right on the very edge of stalker territory. To go through hours and hours of someone's stream footage to find the times when they lean down so that you can see their backside, and then to make a YouTube channel out of it. It's like, that's really creepy. That's the sort of YouTube channel that I'd like to get exposed for the absolute disturbing nonsense that it is. Like, that sort of stuff, to me, YouTube should be kicking those channels off left, right and centre. And yet, most of those channels are successfully monetized. And the funny thing is, because of the way the content ID thing works, and because of the way the appropriate for advertising things works, those guys are considered perfectly appropriate for advertising and are advertised more often than simple gaming channels like my own. Yes and no, Luke.
Passing 100 meters.
It's quite difficult because copyright doesn't actually protect certain things, and very, very short clips of a video, very, very short clips, we're talking like 1 or 2 second clips of someone else's content, are often considered, if you try and go after them as a copyright issue, they're often considered frivolous. It's often considered a frivolous lawsuit. It's considered an unimportant one as a copyright issue. If you go after it as harassment, it's actually very hard to get after it as harassment because you streamed it, you put it up online. Even though someone is then taking it and then putting it into a compilation and things like that, it's actually very hard to deal with it because you put it up online. It's kind of like people who take photographs in the street. You often see on TV shows people say, oh, you can't photograph me in the street. Actually, yes, you can. If you're standing on a public road, then people can photograph you. There is literally nothing you can do about it. Legally, they have every right to photograph you if you are in a public place. And it's the same with transmitting stuff as a streamer. Transmitting stuff as a streamer, it's classified as public, or it's classified as a area in which you have no expectation of privacy. And because it's considered an area in which you have no expectation of privacy, people have the right to view it and talk about it and things like that. So it's actually really very difficult to deal with. And I know a couple of streamers have gotten specialist legal advice about it. But it's really dodgy, really dodgy. For the most part, most Western countries have similar things. Hey, official Ari and Karumi, welcome to the stream. How you doing, Karumi? How you doing, Aria? It's been a while, Aria. Where have you been? You have abandoned me. Poor innocent droid did not have Aria to help him, and so has become a horrible, horrible creature of darkness. Luckily I'm ugly as fuck and no one would do that to me. Yeah, this is the thing. I think I'm ugly too, but I've had like several people compliment my appearance over the last couple of months. I'm okay. I'm in a bit of pain today, and I've taken some pills, so I'm talking weird shit, and everyone's just apparently enjoying it, so I will continue to talk weird shit while on pills. And in pain. You've been studying. Oh. Oh. So now we're not good enough for you. I see. Now you have to study and get a job and be a human being. Right. I see. YouTube's not good enough for you anymore. Wait, what? What was I talking about? Oh dear. Ow, my back. Oh, my spine. Ow. Oh.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Do you like my glowing pink balls? Look at that glowing pink balls. You wrote 2 exams today. What were you examining, or what were you being examined in, Aria? Why are you in pain? My main reason for being in pain at the moment is my skin, which sounds weird to most people, but I have atopic necrotic eczema. So it's also known as atopic necrosis, but it's atopic necrotic eczema for its full title. And yeah, it can be quite sort of painful and unpleasant.
Efficiency greatly decreased. New blueprint acquired.
My linear spinal support. Yeah. Funny thing is, it's not as it's more painful today than it has been for a very, very, very long time. Like, we're talking, it's more painful today than it has been for probably 15, 20 years. And yet, there's not a mark on me. Like, my skin really, really sore and really painful. But there's not a mark on me. Now, if you compare that to when I was a teenager, I was missing like 60% of the skin off my feet, and I was regularly bleeding through my shoes, like leaving bloody footprints behind me when I'm walking around in a pair of shoes. Which I have a funny story about this, right? I don't really have sensation in my feet anymore. I've seen the doctor plenty of times, Aria. Seen the doctor a lot of times. I don't really have sensation in my feet anymore because of my eczema. Like, the damage done to my feet, I basically don't have sensation in my feet anymore. And when I was a teenager, I went to one of my friends, or me and a couple of friends went walking, right? And we went walking and we went sort of out somewhere, and we weren't really paying attention to what was going on. We were just being teenagers, walking, talking, being silly, like pushing each other, stuff like that. And then we went back to my friend's house, and we walked into his kitchen, and his mum looked at us, screamed, and started like flapping like she was having a heart attack, or like she was having like she was being electrically shocked or something. And we're all kind of like, what the hell's wrong with your mum? Like, what the hell's wrong with your mum? And it turned out that the reason she freaked out was because I'd walked into her kitchen and just left a trail of bloody footprints behind me. And she just sort of looked up from walked into the kitchen, seen the bloody footprints, looked up from the bloody footprints, seen me, and seen my shoes that morning had been like a light green, had just gone black because they were full of blood, or because the fabric had soaked up blood. And she just properly freaked out over it. It was quite funny. I was like, dude, chill. It's just a little blood. Calm down. Funny bleeding feet, yep.
PRAWN Safety Instructions Appendix.
Bye, Luke. Thank you very much for popping in.
Climb on or get off equipment while it's
Funny
moving.
bleeding feet, yep. There is nothing wrong with bleeding feet. That sounds so funny. What? You people are pansies. That does not sound very funny. Sounds funny. Well, it was. Let's put it like this. It was funny to me. Having lived with that condition for so long, and like, you have eczema. Atopic eczema or atopic necrosia is very similar to eczema, or is a sub-kind of eczema. Kind of like contact dermatitis is a sub-kind of eczema. What have they got you on, Aria? Have they got you on Betnovate or hydrocortico, Fulnate? I'm on a list of medications as long as my arm. They've got her on cream. Ah, I see. That amazing medication known as cream. That, yeah. I'm on Aveeno, emulsifier, hydrocorticosteroids, Betnovate, occasionally on flucloxacillin depending on infections and things. I have a lot of cream.
Captain, all systems online.
Hooray, cream! But remember, ladies, you should never cream yourself. Wow, Droid. You're a girl for me, Aria. Ari. Because just A-R-R-I-E to me is a female name. But if you're not a girl, that's fine. Strangely enough, I have no, sexual attraction to you, so I don't mind whether you're female or male. I have a metal condition called being dumb. Well, if your metal is dumb, then, buy some, like, aluminium, because aluminium's a smart metal. You're a boy. Fair enough. Fair enough, Ari. See, like I said, you're male. Totally got that right first time. No questions asked.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
You prefer polymers? Yeah, polymers are pretty smart. Constantan, that's a nice little alloy. That's a nice little smart metal alloy. Your real name is Arno. See, Arno is a kind of superglue to me. It's an Afrikaans word. Oh, it's an Afrikaans word. Fair enough. I don't speak Afrikaans, so... For all I know, it could have been a word in congenital Spanish. Conjugational Spanish. Conversational Spanish? What was it saying again? I can't remember what I said in one of my videos. I said something in one of my videos about I'm not a girl and I'm called Karumi. Welcome, not a girl called Karumi. Ooh, swim charge fins. Best fins in the game. Swim charge fins basically make this thing infinite. Live in South Africa. Cool. I'm presuming South Africa is remarkably warm at the moment. Oh, Bakura dropping the memory. Dropping the memory metals. Very smart, Bakura. It's winter. Oh! Is it? I suppose, yeah, because it's summer in the northern hemisphere, so it's winter in the southern hemisphere.
Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased.
Which is apparently something to do with the way the planet tilts, but I never did pay attention in that particular part of science class. I like science, but not enough to pay attention to that nonsense. Because as we all know, the planet is flat. Hashtag Flat Earth Society. No, no. The planet is not flat, guys. We are living on a globe. If you are a member of the Flat Earth Society, please leave my stream. Not Bakura, that's a very different thing to Bakasura. Yes, yes it is. It is a very different thing to Bakasura. I probably shouldn't call you Bakura. That's kind of rude. Thought the planet was a donut. Technically, the planet is a squashed ovoid sphere. And that's sphere, not Sophia. It's not a squashed ovoid Sophia. Although I suppose if you called it Sophia, it could be a squashed ovoid Sophia. The question is, do you know any spheres called Sophia? Ooh, drill arm, drill arm, drill arm, drill arm. An oblate spheroid. Ah, check Bakasura. There we go, I almost called you Bakura again. Check out Bakasura with all of the knowledge bombs being dropped. I'm a sphere believer. I believe in spheres.
New blueprint acquired.
Lucas the Spider is extremely cute. I find Lucas the Spider to be an adorable little cartoon. If you guys don't know, Lucas the Spider is a YouTube channel, and they're little CGI animations of a spider called Lucas. I have a feeling they're just done by one person, or possibly two people, because they take a very long time to be produced. And it's kind of the time scale I'd expect if they were being produced by a single person. Sophia. But you need to be in Sophia to know about that. Oh! I'm a font of knowledge you will never need in your life. I'm also a font of knowledge when I'm paying attention to what I'm saying and not talking absolute bollocks. a lot of people like find it quite entertaining when I just start talking about something that's completely kind of out there, but also factually true. Like the fact that Listerine invented the word halitosis. Like, halitosis sounds like it's some Latin word for some kind of disease or something. But in fact, halitosis, it's not a word created by doctors. It's not a word. It was literally invented by the company Listerine to sell Listerine mouthwash. And Listerine mouthwash is made of floor cleaner. Or at least the original Listerine mouthwash. The original Listerine mouthwash is made of exactly the same stuff as Listerine floor cleaner was. I've only used a little bit of energy up. Sunbeam's coming? Yeah, the sunbeam's coming. Student animating it and his cousin voicing it. Awesome! I like Lucas the Spider. So if you're looking for a silly little thing to like watch for 5 minutes, go watch Lucas the Spider. They have hundreds of thousands of, like, millions of views on their shit. Like, it's been shared all over the place. But still, I like it. If I'm not streaming and you have a couple of hours, then, you know, Scaldera, Shweeby, Everyday John, Bad Wolf, The Grumpy Brit. All these people, well worth watching. Do you know what happens to the Sunbeam? Yes, I do know what happens to the Sunbeam. I've completed the level, completed the game a couple of times already, Ari. Oh no. I'm just going to call you official. I've completed the game a few times, so yeah. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. I want you on my planet. From now until forever. Yeah, we can talk about spoilers and things. Like, I don't mind spoilers for this game. Let's put it like this. This game has been out so long and been streamed so much. If people get pissy about spoilers for this game, I'm just going to laugh at them. Kind of like with movies. In my opinion, if a movie's been out for more than if a movie's been out for more than about 6 months, then yeah, can I not literally put anything to sit on? God damn it. If a movie's been out for more than 6 months, then if you obviously didn't want to watch it, because within 6 months it will have come to DVD. If a movie has already been on DVD and Netflix and you've decided not to watch it, then you can't really get pissy over spoilers. It's like people who get pissy over spoilers for games that have been out for years. It's like, really? This planet is 4546b. This planet is a small water-based planet off the edge of somewhere. I want a chair, goddammit. But I don't have any quartz with me, so I can't make a door.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Boom, boom, boom. The sunbeam goes boom, boom. No matter if you save it, it will always go boom, 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 boom. The sunbeam goes... God damn it, Kurumi. That will now be stuck in my head for like a month, Kurumi. You realize that you have doomed me to a month of my brain just randomly producing that song out of nowhere. Being like, do you remember this song?
Engine powering up.
Hey, Shibi. Welcome to the stream. How you doing, dude? See, if you were to ask the Grumpy Brit would definitely say buy Ark. If you were to ask me, I would say to definitely buy this game over Ark. But that, again, is a matter of opinion. In my opinion, the storyline and the gameplay in this game is far better than in Ark. And I think the coding is better. But then other people think that the storyline and the gaming in Ark is better. Ark certainly has a longer life. Should we put it like that? Ark has a longer life than this game, by a long shot. And we'll do a little bit of questions and answers if anyone wants to say anything. Ark has a longer life. Ark also has a poorer spawning mechanic. I have, when I did play Ark, I died mid-spawn. So I died before my screen even faded off being black. I spawned on top of a level 14 dinosaur while spawning in a low-level area. I spawned in the water off the shore once, surrounded by piranha. And this was all within a couple of hour period. So I personally think the spawning mechanics in Ark are completely messed up. The developers of Ark also kind of dropped development of the main game Ark when they started to lose sales on it, and instead started developing a downloadable content which they were selling, despite telling everyone that they weren't going to develop any downloadable content until the game was finished. Ark, but this is what I'm saying. Like this game is much tighter. This game is, in my opinion, much better designed than Ark. But this game also has a finite life. Like this game has a campaign, and it is single player, and that's it. Like there is the story. And so then it comes down to why you're buying the game. Are you buying the game to throw hundreds of hours into it? Or are you buying the game to really, really enjoy the storyline or the story mode or the story collection that's there? For me, like, I don't like Ark personally. It's possible because I just had a really bad first experience with it. It's perfectly possible that it was literally just that first experience that caused me to dislike Ark. Hey Symphony, welcome back. But in my personal opinion, if my first 2 hours of a game aren't fun, I'm not going to try and stick it out until it becomes fun. Like, literally, like, there is a stream of it. If you go back and watch my Ark stream, I was literally just getting killed and killed and killed and killed and killed for no reason. I just received 8.2 out of 10 for English, 6 for biology, 7.9 for maths. Nice, Symphony. Really nice. Holding grudges. No, it's not holding grudges. See, what it is, it's valuing my time. If I don't enjoy a game for the first couple of hours, why would I continue to play it? On the off chance that I enjoy it later. Maybe I come back and try it again in a little while. Maybe I come back and try it again in a couple of, like, in a month or so, or in 6 months or something like that. But why would I continue to play a game if I'm just flat out not going to enjoy it? And this is the thing that I think is really important for me, is that if someone doesn't enjoy a game, then continuing to play it because of a desire for this or a desire for that. Like, lots of people don't actually enjoy Overwatch or Paladins anymore, but they continue to play it because they want to collect all the skins. That's addiction. That's addiction. That's not the purpose of games. The purpose of games is to be played and enjoyed. And so if the first couple of hours of a game aren't fun, and someone says, well, keep playing it and it gets better, in my opinion, that's a badly made game. In my opinion, if the first couple of hours of your game aren't fun, then you failed as a game developer. See, I disagree. I think Overwatch was fun to start with. I think now that I've put in the amount of time I have put into Overwatch, it's only fun to do a little bit now and again. You went to a concert after your final exams. Wow. Yes, I play Paladins. I'm a level 35 Ruckus. Something like that. I think I'm on a level 35 Ruckus. And here's the thing, like, the argument that to enjoy a game you have to get good, again, I think that's a misnomer. For me, you don't have to enjoy a game to get good. Like, you don't have to get good at a game to enjoy it. I'm terrible at many games. I still enjoy them. I still enjoy lots of games that I'm terrible at. Bye, Karumi. Have a good one. Thank you very much for popping into the stream. There are still lots of games that I am really, really bad at that I really, really enjoy. Paladins being one of them. I'm a Bronze League Paladin player. Bronze League Paladin player by a long way. And yet, I enjoy Paladins in small doses. If you're not enjoying something, though, why would you play it as a game? And this is the thing that I find frustrating. Is that for some reason, if you in any way argue that a game is bad, like, people will jump on you for it, but you see, they could have gotten rid of, or they could have fixed a lot of that grind very, very, very easily. Because the problem with Ark, in my opinion, the problem with Ark when you start, is that if you pick the easy spawning zones, you are a level 1 character without weapons, and they spawn you in amongst level 14 dinosaurs, they spawn you in amongst level 5 and 6 piranha swarms, they spawn you in the water, they spawn you all over the place. There is literally no safety in your spawning whatsoever. There is no safe way to spawn, and that's one of the things that I think, in my opinion, is one of the poorest design elements of that game, is that literally, the moment you spawn, you might already be under attack. For a new player, spawning in an easy zone, that's just stupid. Like, why would you make it so that new players can spawn in an area where they're under attack before they've even finished loading the screen? Literally, one time I was killed by a dinosaur while my screen was still black. That's how bad it is. And in my opinion, that is just poorly designed, and I don't see how that is enjoyable. The whole base building and shit, yeah, fine. The base building is basically sectioned off base building. That's what it is. It's sectioned off base building, like you get in Osiris New Dawn, like you get in Subnautica. It's you get chunks of base and you stick the chunks of base together to make a base. The dinosaur collecting, I've watched people do the dinosaur collecting. It's very basic in a way. But this is my point, Mo. The start is bad, right? So if the start is bad, why would I bother putting more time into it? So you're even acknowledging the start is bad. So if the start is bad, why would I put time into it? And also remember that it's subjective. You might enjoy that game, but I don't. I'm not saying that your enjoyment of the game is wrong. I'm saying that from my point of view, I don't enjoy the game. I'm also saying that from an objective point of view, having beginner players spawn in the easy spawning zones, which are then instantaneously fatal, is bad game design. And that is just facts of game design. Having brand new players spawn in a location where they can be killed before they finish loading the screen, that's bad game design. That's poorly programmed spawning. Because I know that basically the way the spawning areas work is there is an area you can spawn in. The game basically drops you in this area almost semi-randomly within a sort of predefined section of areas that you can spawn in. What they could have done is all they would have had to have done is add a entity checker. So when it goes, so when you select to spawn within a certain area, the game goes, okay, what level are you? If level equals less than 10, check area around spawn location. If area around the spawn location for X distance in every direction contains entity above level 10, do not spawn. And move on to the next spawn area. But instead, it will literally drop you on top of a dinosaur. As in, I literally spawned once standing on top of a dinosaur. That is bad spawning mechanics.
Is that a building down there? What do you mean you can't identify it? Hold on. No turning back now. Positions, everyone. Touching down in 10, 9, 8. It's coming from the building? Change course. Set thrusters to full.
See, no, I disagree, Ari. The easy spawn areas could quite happily contain aggressive dinosaurs, because the part of the enjoyment of that game is the fight against aggressive dinosaurs and the running away and the dodging and the avoiding aggression. Oh no, the sunbeam went sunboom. Yep. But the issue I have with the way it is designed and things, we can use examples of all sorts of other games. If we look at lots of other games that have similar mechanics, so let's take Osiris New Dawn. Osiris New Dawn is nowhere near the point of development that Ark is. Ark is basically done. Osiris New Dawn still requires a lot of work, so I wouldn't recommend people go off and buy Osiris New Dawn. There's a lot of work that needs to be done, and Osiris New Dawn is much more like Subnautica than it is like Ark. But if we look at... so let's start with Osiris New Dawn. Osiris New Dawn spawns you in the same location every time on the map. That location has no enemies, but if you walk a certain distance away from that location in most directions, what you're going to do is you're going to get attacked by a sandworm, which is easy enough to dodge, but if it hits you is an instant kill. So it gives you a chance to realise this is a dangerous place, run back to your life pod, survive. Let's look at 7 Days to Die, and I know Grumpy Brit despises 7 Days to Die, but 7 Days to Die spawning mechanic, they spawn you randomly on the map in a random location. That location is always within a certain distance of one of the structures on the map. So you always spawn within a certain distance of a building that you can go and raid for materials. And when they spawn you, they basically have a little bit of coding that destroys zombies for a certain distance. So that structure that you go to, the first structure you go to in the game, is always zombie empty, is always empty of zombies. No, I thought I saw the sunbeam. I was pretty sure I saw the sunbeam, Mythos. Like 99% sure I actually saw the sunbeam. You don't see it for very long, but I'm pretty sure I saw the sunbeam. But yeah, like, it wipes out, it removes all the zombie entities from a certain distance from where you spawn, and that makes you basically have the first house as a freebie, and that gives you the opportunity to raid the house and get used to how the raiding mechanics work before you have to start dealing with zombies. Oh, maybe it was invisible. How do you complete the game? You have to build the rocket ship, Arno. So, we were given a communication a little while ago. So if we close these up, and we go to data and codes, suite offer, high security terminal in the captain's quarters. So high security terminal and captain's quarters. Before they lost communication, Altera HQ uploaded a set of blueprints to the Aurora's main computer. There's a high security terminal inside the captain's quarters located behind the prawn bay, from which the blueprint should be accessible. Code 2679. So that gives us access to the captain's quarters. And we have to build a rocket ship to get off the planet. Don't worry about spoilers in this chat, Mythos. We've all completed the game here, and as I've said, like, this game has been out for, and the end of this game has been out for probably about a year now. If you're worried about spoilers, then you're late to the party. It's like, I will often play games which I've actually seen people play through, older games that I've seen people play through. I don't care about spoilers, they're older games. No, first we have to disinfect ourselves. If we disinfect ourselves, then we can turn off the cannon. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream, all 9 people who are watching. It is nice to have you hanging around. Oh, 9 people. Hi! I'm on drugs today. Painkillers, but still. We're going on a trip in our favourite rocket ship. Yeah, basically when you go into the cannon and you touch the little control pad in the cannon, it takes a blood sample from you. And the blood sample tells it whether or not you're infected. And if you are infected, it tells you that it can't lift the quarantine until it has proof that the infection has been cured. So basically it needs proof that there is an entity that isn't infected. See, it would be cool if there was a bad ending. See, to me, I think it should allow you to override that and try and launch. Maybe even have an alternate way of... completing the game, where you kind of go out of your way to develop and build up a massive, like, rocket booster that shoots you faster than the thing can target you. Or, like, build 10 rockets and launch them all simultaneously so it doesn't have a chance to shoot them all. Something like that. See, I have an interesting theory about that, Baka. Basically, the Emperor's species is native to this planet, right? The Sea Emperor is native to this planet, right? And the Sea Emperor produces an enzyme that cures the infection. Oh no. So, the Sea Emperor is native to the planet. The Sea Emperor and its young... So, a long time ago, an alien race came to this planet that wasn't native, right? A non-native planet. Yeah, I'm fine, Symphony. I have skin issues at the moment. A species that wasn't native to this planet came to the planet, right? The Sea Emperor is a creature deep, deep underground. So aliens came to this planet, and they were on the planet, and they were researching, and they were looking at this new planet and learning about this new planet. And in doing so, they captured and started experimenting on a group of creatures. One of those creatures being the Sea Emperor, right? And the Sea Emperor is one of a very small number of species, or one of a species of a very small number. It's genetic, Symphony. It doesn't go away. It just gets better and worse. It is currently going through a worse phase. Nope, the guy that teleports isn't the alien race. The alien race is all dead. The alien race is all dead. The guy who teleports is another local inhabitant that the alien race messed with. So they capture the only creature on the planet that can produce the enzyme that cures the Kara. I think the Kara was always on this planet. And the only reason creatures on this planet weren't dying from the Kara in large numbers is because the Sea Emperor kept the Kara under control. But by removing the Sea Emperor from the environment, they caused the pathogen to go out of control. It's kind of the inverse of the non-native species introduction effect, where a non-native species is introduced and that causes a problem.
Integrating new PDA data.
Kara is the bacteria that you're infected with. Kara is the thing that is killing you. Warper is a jerk. Yes, the Warper is indeed a jerk, Mitha. So basically, I think the alien race that came to this planet basically doomed themselves. That's okay. Alright. No one's telling you off for your English, dude. Your English is better than my African, so... A warper is the teleporty guys. The guys who teleport. They are warpers. Warping is another word for teleporting. Yeah. Ka-ra-ra-ra-ra, ka-ra-ra-ra-ra, ga-ga-ooh-la-la. Learning all about this game. Yay! Edumacation. That depends what you mean by warping. The principle of warping, which is folding 2 points of space together and traveling instantaneously between them, so the space warped bubble principle, is basically the same principle as what's called temporal folding teleportation. Backer. So teleporting and warping are basically the same thing. I am slightly. Shall we not go there? Not go to the where? Wait, with the what? Who with the what with the hat now? But neither's teleportation, Backer. Depending on your personal definition of teleportation. To give you an example, Backer. If there was a creature living on living in the atmosphere of Jupiter and flying around in the atmosphere of Jupiter, or traveling around in the atmosphere of Jupiter, would it be flying? Because this is the thing, is like, it's about your definition, because teleportation isn't instantaneous either. Teleportation, by one definition, teleportation is the transfer of matter into energy, the transfer of that energy from one place to another, and then the reassembling of that energy into matter. That's one form of teleportation. Another form of teleportation is what's called temporal folding teleportation, where basically you take someone's body and you push it through the fabric of the universe to the other side of the fabric of the universe. It then moves along outside of the universe and then re-enters through the fabric of the universe at the right location. That's temporal folding teleportation, which is basically the same thing as warping. And warping can either mean ripple warp bubbling, it can mean folding of time-space continuum. There's all sorts of different meanings for the word of warping as well. So without definition, I'm not talking about in Space Symphony, I'm talking about in the atmosphere of Jupiter. In the atmosphere of Jupiter, if something is going around in the atmosphere of Jupiter, not outside the atmosphere, in the atmosphere of Jupiter, is it flying? You need to keep exceeding a certain amount of force to fly. Okay, so what about a helium balloon? Is a helium balloon flying, Symphony? And again, your definition is not necessarily correct, Symphony. But, for instance, to give you the flying one, if you go by the Oxford English Dictionary, right, if you go by the Oxford English Dictionary, a creature in the atmosphere of Jupiter travelling around in a flight-like motion is not flying, according to the Oxford English Dictionary. And the reason a creature travelling around in a flight-like motion... Hello! In a flight-like motion in the atmosphere of Jupiter is not flying, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, is because flight is travel through the medium of air, right? Travel through the medium of the air without contact with other substances, right? Air being defined by the Oxford English Dictionary as being the atmosphere on the planet Earth, right? So, according to the Oxford English Dictionary, it's not flight if it's a creature on Jupiter, if it's a creature in the atmosphere of Jupiter. However, according to the Merriam-Webster Dictionary, which is just as legitimate a dictionary, flight is defined as travel through contact solely with a gaseous medium, right? Travel via contact with a solely gaseous medium. So a creature in the atmosphere of Jupiter would be flying. But you see, the rain is not affecting how they're transporting themselves, Bakura. Their contact is still pure. Their transportation is still purely being driven by contact with the air. The contact with the water doesn't change the transportation at all. That'd be like saying you're not driving a car if I flick dust at you. And again, this all comes down to definitions. Arguably, you could say that according to one of the definitions of flight, birds being rained on are no longer flying, they're swimming. But this all comes down to it's a principle called the issue of knowledge. And the issue of knowledge is that all knowledge in the world comes from the principle of assumption. There is no knowledge in the world that does not come from some kind of assumption. And if you do not define your assumptions to start with, then all knowledge is worthless. All knowledge is worthless unless you define the assumptions from which that knowledge is coming first. This is why often when you have a debate with a friend over something, or you have an argument with a friend over something, neither of you can agree on what's right. It's because you don't define what happens first. And you'll actually find that often the arguments and disagreements you have don't necessarily stem from what you think they stem from. The arguments and disagreements you have don't necessarily stem from, oh, well, I disagree with you about X. Actually, they disagree. What you're disagreeing about is you're disagreeing about the assumptions from which X derives. And the flight one I gave, the example of flight argument I gave just now, that comes from a discussion based around a knowledge class. But the problem is, unless you define everything to start every conversation, you're always going to be working from assumption. And you have to make the assumption that you're working from assumption. So, for instance, it's not proper knowledge if it's not defined. Okay, so which definition of flight is correct? What is all this about? Basically, we're just talking shit. We are discussing the principles of knowledge. Why? Because we can. Precisely, Symphony. Every single bit of knowledge is worthless if it is not defined properly. I don't even know. This has been going on for a long time. Lies!
A titanium mass somewhere in this area. Unable to confirm whether it originated on the Aurora. Passing 100 meters. Oxygen efficiency decreased. Passing 200 meters. Oxygen efficiency greatly decreased.
And actually, technically they warp. And you can actually see them warping. You can actually watch them warping. And again, like I'm going back to the original argument here, or the original discussion here. You said that they don't teleport, they don't warp. Well, actually, you can watch them firing a little globe, and then you can see them move from the position they're in through almost like a little line to where the globe is. So that's warping because they're using that little globe of energy to mutate space-time, to bend space-time around where they want to be. That's the point of science, Symphony. The whole point of science is that everything in science can be debunked. If something in science couldn't be debunked, then it wouldn't be science. Like, the whole point of science is that you can argue against things and you can come up with new theories and new developments and new principles. I'll see if I can catch a warp or warping for you. Not what I mean again, but that just then proves your point in arguing. Exactly. For instance, I am not ashamed to say that my definitions of warp and teleportation come pretty much... Where on earth has that marker gone? Where on earth has the gassy base marker gone? I've completely lost... kind of, Moalash? Where on earth did the Degassi base go? I can't see the marker anymore. Like, it's right here, but I can't see the marker.
New blueprint acquired. Integrating new PDA data. New blueprint acquired.
Cuttlefish egg acquired.
Integrating new PDA data.
I mean, theoretically, your matter doesn't have to be rebuilt if you teleport. But yeah, like, my definitions of teleporting and warping come from science fiction. But it could just literally be hyperspeed. We have no way of... Actually, do we have a way? I think we can scan warpers later on. No, warping is something slightly different, and it actually, like, you can tell warping is something slightly different because of the word itself. Warping is not high-speed transportation between two locations. Warping is the bending of space-time specifically. Like, if I accelerate you to light speed and throw you at something, you're not warping even though you're traveling at ridiculously high speed. You're not warping anywhere, you're traveling at the speed of light. However, if I was to use technology to bend space-time so that two pieces of space-time were closer together than they should be, usually the idea is that you have a hypercondensed gravitational field, and that bends space-time in the same way planets do. You have a hypercondensed gravitational field that then pulls space-time around you by reducing the distance between 2 points. But again, like, you can reduce the distance between 2 points multiple different ways. You don't have to bend space-time. Moalash.exe has stopped working. What am I doing? I'm going back up. I have a cuttlefish. I have what I came here for.
Engine powering up.
Hey, Internal Darkness. Welcome to the stream. How you doing? But yeah, this is the thing, is like, discussion of anything is, like, there's certain things in science that can be just flat out locked and proven and defined. But you do that by defining experimentation. right? One of the major problems in science, and one of the problems that a lot of scientists have to deal with, is that language is not as simple as this word means this thing. Words can mean all sorts of stuff. Can we stop the argument? It's hurting my brain. Exactly, and this is it. This is exactly my point, Backer. I've lost 6 people from my watchers list since we started doing this, but that's exactly my point, is that defining the words you use and defining what you do is an important part of any discussion of these things. There's a lot of stuff that we learn in school that is completely pointless. I mean, when I learnt in school, one of the things I learnt in school was the whole multiplications times table with the chant of, you won't always have a calculator with you. No, but if I need to do complicated maths, I'll go and get a calculator. However, it is still at times useful to know some slightly more complicated mathematics. Oh, that's easy, Symphony. I'm going to have to look it up because I can't remember off the top of my head. But basically every language has its own origin point. Right? So for English, the origin point of the true origin point of the definition of English language from a scientific standpoint comes from 1857 and the Philosophical Society of London. But before then we had what was called the Loose English Dictionary, which was a collection of works by a lot of other people dating back to the 1600s, where people defined words. But even now, different dictionaries define words differently. Talk BS. To be or not to be, that is the question, whether it is nobler of the mind to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune, or lay arms against a sea of troubles and by opposing end them. To sleep, to dream, to die, to dream no more. Hey, Fortnite, welcome to the stream. It's Yahtzee. Just changed my name. Fair enough. What was I talking about again? I'm literally just talking nonsense half the time now. I have a feeling like most people have left because I'm talking such bollocks. Kind of, Symphony. For instance, let's take for example the word ain't. What does the word ain't mean? Ain't as in, one second, let me type it in chat. What's that word? What does it mean? Who is it used by? Really funny listening to this. What's that word? Who is it used by? Like what about that word? Can stop the time for you and calculate the percentage of time you talk nonsense. Ain't, well, it's been a while, Jancy. I'm sure it has. Ain't means is not. Okay. So what, like, fair enough, Symphony. There we go. So we have a definition of the word ain't, right? So who uses the word ain't? Or more correct, well, actually no, let's start from a different preposition. According to the rules of grammar, the word ain't should never be used in a written sentence, right? Ain't is what's called a polemic contraction, meaning that it's a contraction that doesn't actually mean anything, right? So, who decided that we shouldn't use ain't in a written sentence? That was also my point, Ari. Like, I don't have a calculator on my phone, but my point was, like, they say you'll never have a calculator with you, but my point is, even if you didn't have a calculator with you, you could go and get a calculator. At no point have I been in a situation where it's life or death. I have to solve this calculation within the next few minutes. And even then, even if I had to solve the calculation within the next few minutes, it would still be faster for me to go and get a calculator. But yeah, so basically, about the reason I've brought up the word ain't, right? The word ain't was a word used by the aristocracy, by posh people, right? The word ain't was used by posh people, right? And it was used in written documentations, the word ain't. Up until a random person wrote something called the Rules of Proper Writing. And the Rules of Proper Writing, in that book, he stated that the word ain't shouldn't be used. And the reason he stated the word ain't shouldn't be used is because basically the word ain't had started to be used by commoners, and posh people didn't like it anymore. Bye, Ari. Thank you very much for popping in. Add science to your tags while you're at it. I would assume that is someone who uses his mental capacity more productively than me. No! My mental capacity is wasted, and most other people's mental capacity is wasted. But literally, it was used by posh people and used in written documentation all the time, right up until poor people started using it. Then the posh people hated it, and one posh person wrote that basically using it was wrong, and from that moment on, using the word ain't was considered wrong. So that's literally like why ain't is considered to be wrong to be used in writing. Same with starting a sentence with a preposition. The whole reason starting a sentence with a preposition is wrong is because one person said it was wrong. And that's the way all of society was sort of, all language and things has grown up. And it's actually really kind of shocking in many ways. That society has developed from a point of kind of like one person said it and therefore it must be true, and then everyone else just accepted it. My mental capacity is pretty much used for nothing of any kind of note symphony, so pretty much everyone uses mental capacity better than I do. Because droid is a div. Droid is a div. Exactly, Symphony. Hey, Dan Philly, welcome to the stream. You're not reaching for a goal, that is the point. That's okay, Baka. I don't really have any goal in my brain either. Right, I have been streaming for 4 hours, or 3.5 hours. So I'm probably going to take an hour-long break or something like that, and switch up the games, change everything over, have something to eat. Shiz like that. I just went down and visited the second of the gassy bases, and I got my cuttlefish. Are we done with the science stuff? Why do you guys fear the science? Play Overwatch later? I don't know if I feel like Overwatch today. Gonna do a Q&A stream. Fair enough, Riox. Thank you very much for popping in. I wonder if anyone I know is anyone I know doing a stream at the moment? Shut off the Cyclops engine. Yeah, I'll turn off the Cyclops engine.
Engine powering down.
Nope, no one I know is streaming at the moment. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. I have been the Gaming Droid. This has been Subnautica, and I will see you all in another stream. Bye, everybody.